You're not content with the stories, so I was obliged to come. Be my victim. Be my victim. I am the writing on the wall, the whisper in the classroom. I am not without these things, I am nothing. So now I must shed innocent blood. Come with me. Candyman. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Public Access, viewers unlike you. Special shout out to Rachel for giving me the time and place to have this lovely game and for producing for us. Shout out to my lovely friend Lilabs VT for helping me make the intro and the intermission video. Um, uh, as a little content warning, tonight will feature a mystery that is a blend of Sun and Sam and McGruff the Crime Dog. So if that hits on any of your buttons, mute the stream and just hang out. And of course, all of the traditional content warnings of our horror-filled game can continue on. That being said, players, why don't we go around and introduce ourselves and your characters?
Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Ravensdale. I'm going to be playing Declan Juniper, a rather disaffected night watch security guard. Um, I'm always excited to be here.
Hello, I am Rachel, she, her, aka Stolen Fires, and I'm also excited to be here. I play Isabeau Sanders, the, corporate attorney who's here on orders from her doctor.
Hi, my name is Steph. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Kato Fabiani. She is honestly not really anywhere at any given moment, even if she is.
And I am your keeper, Aaron. I use she, they, they pronouns. Special love to Jane, who cannot be with us tonight. They are dealing with some allergies. So feel better soon, Jane. We miss you. Um, so,
I get the
uh,
feeling Jane is just skipping out of this session in order to keep their characters safe. I know how this works.
yeah, Lottie doesn't want to turn. Did Lottie turn keys last week? I don't even think. I don't know if she did or not.
I
Let's
mean,
I
see.
there's a
don't
I don't think
recap.
so.
That's true. There is a
There is a
recap.
recap. I believe Steph, you took notes. Yes.
Yeah, all of the notes are in the mysteries tab and all of the
Oh,
everything.
wonderful.
The
I
mysteries tab. That would make sense.
yes, it's not necessarily like a flowing recap so much as I just wrote down everything.
Okay, I can just do a brief recap then of what mysteries are active and what happened last week. So the question for House on Escondido Street was answered. The answer to the question "What happened to the Rappapors" is that they got sucked into a nightmare version of Candyland mixed with Soulsborne game style play, apparently. And what the Latchkeys would like to do about that is still up in the air. To resolve this mystery, all they need to do is tell Casey? Casey what
Casey.
happened to them. And then, if you wish, you can destroy the house or perform a ritual there to banish the evil that resides there. You do not have to do that step, though. You can just tell Casey and the mystery is over. But until then, it is active. And then also, we have the Deep Lake Lurker active. I believe you got, let me see, clue sheet. You have, I'm too far down.
Or clues.
4 clues for Deep Lake Lurker so far. So you actually have enough to technically answer the question, is the Deep Lake Lurker a horror beast or transform Jessica Stowski? But you don't have to yet. And that being said, uh, I think let's do the dawn phase. So, first things first, did you resolve mystery? That answer is a big old no. I believe people did mark the sandstone arch last week. Isabeau and Kato looks like yes. So, and if I remember the Odyssey tape, I think you both received a signal from the other side, if I'm correct.
I cannot remember if Isabeau did. I don't think so.
Well,
I don't remember, but if you want to give it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will just say yes because it's vague in my memory as well. But
I
I
don't remember
feel
if
like
we even
someone
watched a tape. Did
you
we? Yeah,
did.
no,
You,
we've only had 2 sessions and we've had 2 tapes. Yep,
yes,
that
you watched
tracks.
Happy.
We're
You
good.
watched Happy Jack last week because Rachel's Happy Jack voice was delightful.
Yeah.
Um,
Delightful?
so
Mm,
delightful
memorable.
for me.
Memorable.
The frightful, more like.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, actually, I see it checked on your sheet, Steph. So you definitely got a signal from their side. You checked it already.
Well, I just put it there because you said to,
Oh,
because you said
okay.
I did. So,
Oh, okay. You
yes.
just did it. You just did it. Well done. All right. So speaking of Kato, we'll start with you then. Were you vulnerable with someone?
Don't. I actually maybe in like the lake scenes. I don't really remember so much, but I feel like a lot of the like Kato being kind of catty toward Declan was I don't know how much it came off, but it was probably a lot of projecting.
I could see that. Yeah. Well, I'll let you decide if it counts or not. And then, did you share a good memory from your childhood? Uh,
Smoking weed into the shack.
yeah, 100. Yep, 100%. Cool. Um,
Shack
Lottie,
weed.
Lottie is not here this week, so we'll just move on. Isabo. Oh, you didn't select your questions on the sheet. So yeah, while you do that, I will hop over to Declan. Did you deliver a Chinelli monologue about something that happened to you in the past? That's a big old yes. I believe it was the convenience store walking scene. Or no,
Actually,
no,
that
it
was
was the
the
lake.
yeah, that was the good memory from my childhood. Was the
Yeah.
walking to the convenience store with the lights turning on.
Yes.
The lake ish incident with my younger brother was the monologue. I think it was chilling. I aimed for it to be chilling. I don't know if it actually was.
Yeah,
That's up to
I
you to
would call it
decide.
chilling.
Okay.
Yeah. So
For
yeah,
sure.
that is 2 XP for you.
Yay, XP.
Isabo, did you share a good memory from your childhood? You shared a memory from your childhood with the key turn.
yes.
I don't know that it was a good one.
It was not a good one. No, these questions are me challenging myself.
Okay, I would say you were vulnerable with Declan in the same scene that he shared a good
Okay.
memory. I would count that. So go ahead and take an XP for that.
Yay.
Uh, and then
And
one
then
for the signal from the other side as well, because I'm just going to say you did it, even though I don't remember. We're just going to say yes. if
I'll
if
take
if
it.
Aaron doesn't remember, all right.
and here's a
So
question about that, if I may.
yes,
Do you or sorry, do we choose new questions?
yes, you can
Okay,
keep
that's
or
what I
replace
thought.
the questions every dawn phase. They basically refresh, and you can choose new questions, keep them, change one, etc. However you want to do it. But the if you have the sandstone arch marked, the signals from the other side is always checked.
Okay.
And same thing with the did you resolve a mystery, which I imagine will happen tonight. Sorry you're missing that. Sorry you're missing this, Jane. There's plenty more mysteries. Don't worry.
Oh no.
I will say if you're I don't know if they're in chat or not, but I will say the resolving mystery will count for Lottie next session, even though they're not here for it, and that will be across the board if anyone needs to miss and like at least for the big marked questions. Well, I guess you have to be there to do a signal from their side. So yeah, just the resolved mystery question will always count even if you're not here. All right. So
Okay.
speaking of mysteries. I don't think there's anything else that goes off that we need to do. Did everyone narrated any keys they turned, I believe, in the moment, so I don't think we need any keys done. So let's introduce our new mystery. In the late evening hours of July 4th, 1981, police found 10-year-old Benjamin Castle wandering the streets of Deep Lake alone, wearing a plastic cartoon dog mask and blood-soaked pajamas. They would later find the bodies of the Castle family, whose deaths had been so gruesomely violent that it was unimaginable a child his age could possess the strength to execute them. Only baby sister Cassandra was left untouched. When asked what happened, he allegedly whimpered, "Officer Barker told me to." Officer Barker was an anthropomorphic uniformed St. Bernard created by local illustrator Alan Gibson and the Degoya County Sheriff's Department as part of an anti-crime campaign targeted towards kids. Eventually, Officer Barker was in demand at every school assembly in New Mexico, and by the summer of '81, there was talk of taking the campaign national. Not long after the murders, Officer Barker's campaign was abruptly canceled due to scandal. Alan Gibson quietly retreated back to obscurity in Deep Lake, and Benjamin Castle would spend the rest of his life under examination at a number of state facilities. Oh, let's see. We'll give this to Kato. Oh,
Sorry.
Officer Bass announced, thank you, Drea. I love you. Kato. Cassandra was adopted and remained in Deep Lake. You grew up together and eventually befriended her. What did you two bond over?
I'm sorry, was this a question for me or someone else?
For me.
Oh,
Y-
okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
I think that they bonded over a shared interest in like motorcycles.
Okay. Sounds good. With another Independence Day weekend just around the corner, Cassandra Marsh has come to you with concerning news. The town has experienced a peculiar string of violent activity the past week. A convenience store was set on fire by its own employee. A teenage barista vandalized Cassandra's car. And illustrator Alan Gibson viciously attacked his own son at their home. She's learned that each perpetrator claimed to not remember their violent actions, but all of them mentioned seeing someone dressed up as a St. Bernard in a policeman's uniform shortly before blacking out. With the upcoming 23rd anniversary of the Castle family murders, authorities have written off the timing as an unfortunate coincidence or morbid joke. Cassandra believes these events are somehow all connected to what happened to her birth family and has come to you for help in proving it, given your interest in Deep Lake's more peculiar history. I don't believe anyone has Have You Ever Danced with the Devil? So let me check your sensitivities. Uh, did anyone put a point in sensitivity?
I did. My sensitivity is 0, but that's as high as it can be. At the
Welcome to
start,
being
so.
the highest sensitivity.
Woo!
So this is for you. Declan, you've made a hobby out of researching strange paranormal facts. What small detail about Cassandra's story is eerily similar to a detail from the reports of the 1981 murders, and how does it suggest that Officer Barker is actually a being summoned to Deep Lake?
I hate to ask, is there a
Yes, I
is
will.
there a place I can read?
So I don't think this one is in the character keeper yet because it is like fairly new.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Aha, there we go. Thank you.
All right, perfect. I wasn't sure if Dog Told Me To was in there yet. Thank you.
Oh, none of them
Arctosaur.
are in there. You just put them
Oh.
in there.
Oh, you just put him in there. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Steph.
I mean,
You're a
still,
treasure.
thank you, Arctosaur. Ben did a fucking
Yes.
phenomenal job on this keeper.
Yes. Shout out Ben for this amazing keeper.
Not me, Ben.
No, there's too many Bens, I know. Not you, Ben. Different Ben.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't claiming credit from somebody. But,
No. That's right, yeah.
So the sorry, the formatting this is a little bit weird. Where was the
So
okay?
it is
What
in...
small detail about Cassandra's story is very similar to a detail from the reports? I don't know if this is really. I think this applies. The teenage barista, the convenience store employee, and Alan Gibson's son are all named Benjamin.
Oh,
Says
okay.
Benjamin.
I like it. I like it. Well, all right.
There are
Great.
too many Bens. What can I say?
Too many Bens.
To the Ben Pen.
Ben Pen. There is a special channel for you all, including the fake Bens. Yeah, I know who you are. Fake Bens. Anyways.
The fake Bens are not allowed into the Ben Pen.
Damn right.
Not even Benisai
Nope.
instead of Alisai. Anyways, your question for Dog Told Me To is who summoned the entity posing as Officer Barker? Was it intentional or accidental? This is complexity two and unlocks the next question, is the opportunity.
Interesting.
All right, I think that will be our dawn phase. If you haven't picked your questions, go ahead and do so now. And then let's hop into day phase. So, what would our latchkeys like to get up to today? You have technically 3 active mysteries. Um, you can only answer questions during night phase, I believe. So, even though you have the clues for Deep Lake Lurker, you won't be able to answer it until we move to the night phase.
Answer a question you can do whenever. It's
Huh.
just that most of the time people do it in the dusk phase
see.
because it's the most convenient.
I see. I just assumed that was rules as written. Good to know.
So, Isabeau, does not really want to accept the evil mirror dimension explanation. So she is totally prepared to go lie to Casey Wilcox, to be like, it looks like they were involved in some bad shit and they just had to leave town suddenly.
Is Isabeau telling her plans to the other latchkeys?
Yeah, she'll probably just casually mention it like over morning coffee, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go over to Casey's and tell him that, you know, the family just the Rappaports just randomly left one day.
It's kind of fucked up.
Isabeau, do you mind if I ask you a question? And this isn't judging. This is just, it's a legitimate question. Why are you back here?
Why am I back here?
Yeah.
You
I mean,
can
if you
tell
thought-
on her
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
face that, like, it looks like the question makes her uncomfortable. And now, like, the question that she's, like, sort of debating with herself is, like, do I lie? Do I not lie? So she takes a big swig of, or, sorry, did you want to say something?
No, please go ahead and answer.
Okay. So she'll take a big swig of coffee, then say, you know, too many 100-hour work weeks really get you in the psyche sometimes. And, you know, I love my job. I love the career track I'm on. But, I'm not gonna say I wanted it too much. Let's say that I was willing to give up too much to get it, including pieces of myself. So anyway, my firm has a real generous benefits package for associates. And after the incident, it turns out that, you know, I never took any of my PTO. And that, you know, it never goes away. I still have it. I've got 6 months of it, and my doctor told me to go somewhere less stressful and, I mean, it was here or the Dominican Republic, and I don't speak great Spanish.
Come on. I think we all know that's bullshit.
My Spanish is shit, dude. It almost kept me out of college. I got a
Not-
D in that class.
Not the Spanish. If you're looking for someplace to go and, you know, take your mind off things and decompress and kind of get your head on straight, you don't come back to fucking Deep Lake. Especially you don't come back to Deep Lake to look into some weird shit that happened that we barely remember happening to us when we were kids. The only reason you come back here and you start looking into that is because you think some weird shit is going on. And I know because I've spent my entire fucking life having the same thoughts.
Okay, yeah, it was weird shit when we were kids, but like shit happens when you're a kid that you don't understand. Like how many times did like I wait in my cousin's car where he's like, "Hey, come get me if a cop car rolls up." And then, it fucking hits me freshman year of college. I'm telling the story at a party and it hits me, "Oh fuck, I was his lookout cuz he was dealing drugs." Some shit doesn't make sense until you're an adult.
Yeah, and some shit still doesn't make sense.
So
And you came all the way back here to dig into the stuff that doesn't make sense. So why would you lie to Casey and tell him that something does make sense when it doesn't? You're putting him in the exact same situation.
because there's a difference between something doesn't be there's a difference between realizing that you are a 10-year-old lookout for your drug dealer cousin and yeah, your best friend got sucked into an evil mirror. What
There's
about
also
that
a bit
makes
of a
sense?
difference between a magical TV station that just disappeared and nobody remembers except for us and all the other people on the forum. You know, the people that left Deep Lake, they supposedly fucked up freaky whatever Magic Town or something. I don't know.
Okay,
So, like, I think if you're willing to suspend your disbelief that much, which is kind of a fucking leap, let's be real, um, why not? Why not just go to the mirror and say, fuck it? Like,
okay, Declan. You want to know why I came back here? It's so I could prove that I'd actually left. That I'm not some fucking trailer park kid with no hope and no future. I'd remind myself of that. And the tapes, the TV Odyssey, that's a fun thing to occupy my time.
you don't
While
seem to
I'm
be
here.
having much fun. Like any even. Kind of especially when we're watching the tapes. So, like, I think if your goal was to prove that you can come back here and leave, then you should probably get on with the leaving part.
Well, hold on a sec.
Sure, great. I'll do that.
Well,
Puts
hold
a
on a
coffee
second.
cup in the sink and starts walking out.
Oh, you are
You-
going into the kitchen. You're going into the kitchen. Excellent, Isabel. Let me cut in, please.
Okay.
You walk into the kitchen to set your cup in the sink, and a large, meaty six-finger hand picks it up and begins washing it with a Brillo pad. And there's no way you could have missed this man walking in there. He is enormous, wearing a creamy suit and a sun bolo tie. Well, howdy.
Do we hear him?
Yes, you fully hear him, and you hear the cleaning of dishes also, as this very large man.
Fuck.
So, Isabel's thought process is, oh god, home intruder. Wait, this is like a rent by the room house. And there's already the awkwardness of if she'd known she was gonna be living with I'm blanking on Jane's character.
Lottie.
Lottie. Yeah. If she'd known that Lottie was actually dead named, she wouldn't have come here. Fuck that landlord. Clearly not great with the information sharing. It's a new roommate that nobody told her about. So she's thrown when she sees him. But like he's not being hostile. He's being helpful. He's doing her dishes. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you you don't have to do. Who are you?"
Oh, well, I suppose I've gone by many names over the years, but you can call me the Wanderer, because that's what I do. I wander, I observe, I remember, and I tell stories about the places I wander to, about the people I see. And he looks at you and smiles and leans in. He's not a close talker, but he gets like right to the line of close talker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell a story about you someday. You can be sure of that. I wonder what kind of ending will it have?
Yeah, the landlord, she calls out to the rest of them. The landlord, I guess we've got a new roommate that he didn't tell us about. I think he's a journalist.
Okay, Johnny fucking Cash, who are you really? Like, what's your name?
I told you, that's what you can call me. How are those tapes going? Do you know what happened to the TV station yet?
Oh, so the one person who actually remembers the TV station is the enormous six-fingered man in the yellow hat from Curious George.
I like you, Kato. You're funny. I hope that sense of humor will see you through to the end of this. And he
Um,
gives you a little wink.
Uh,
Declan's gonna look at Isabeau and say, "Are you sure he's not the landlord? Do we even know? Did we meet the landlord? Who set up the room? Like, who set up the house? Like, to
So,
rent?"
probably.
Isabeau, I have it on my character sheet that she has a 3-ring binder
Yeah.
full of like random legal documents. I feel like one of them would be the lease that she signed.
Sure. We got 100%.
Uh, yeah, so she'll say, like, oh, I've got my lease over in the corner. And she'll go flip through it to see, like, where the landlord's name is listed.
You know what? This feels like a fun meddling move moment. Uh,
Okay.
go ahead and roll the meddling move with reason.
Great success!
Well done.
Nice, nice.
All right. So you're flipping through your three-ring binder full of legal documents, um, and you find, weirdly enough, you get it's the same page that your like lease is on, but like written in the actual journal in a handwriting that isn't familiar to you. Um, is just in all caps. It almost looks like childlike handwriting. It just says Casey is next. Or sorry, Cassie is next, not Casey. Different mystery. Cassie is next. That is your clue.
For which mystery?
Dog told me to.
Who the hell is
Uh,
Cassie?
Cassie, that's sorry, let me make sure I'm not crazy here. That is, yeah, Cassandra. That's Cassandra
Oh
Castle.
shit!
Her brother is the one that like supposedly killed her whole family, dressed as like the dog.
Yeah, no, I hung out with her actually a good bit. We like talked about motocross and shit. She's next for what? Did you? What is that? Why are you talking about her?
I I don't. Maybe she's next to move in. I forget why I wrote this down.
That's. It looks like you were drunk when you wrote that.
It's
Like
not
really
outside
drunk.
the realm of possibility.
Is this Wanderer guy still there, or did he like vanish?
Oh, excellent question. The second you look up from your brief interlude there, he's gone. You did not hear a door open or anything of that such before you ask.
Okay.
Oh, man in the yellow hat's gone.
I will say, if you look in the kitchen, you will see a purple clamshell on the kitchen counter where he was standing.
Like, where...
Like the Odyssey tape, not literal
Oh,
clamshell.
okay. I was about to ask, like, where a clam lived? Aren't we in New Mexico?
No. Literal. Not literal.
Okay.
This Odyssey tape reads Gorilla Makeover 2, or sorry, Gorilla Makeover 12, Pure White Pretext.
Look, Isabeau. Just because I hate leaving conversations unresolved, if you want to go for it. I'm not going to stop you. But just know that if you do that, whether you go tell Casey whatever story you want to tell him or not, you're going to at least be lying to yourself.
Alright, so would you rather go talk to Casey? Because someone has to.
Yeah?
I'll do it. Oh, cool. I didn't really want to, so.
I mean, we could all go talk to him. We could also see if we can find out more information. Like, I don't know that I completely buy this whole thing either, but that is more true than they just had to leave town.
Okay, you know what? I will let you have that conversation and deal with the fallout thereof.
All right.
I've had one grippy socks vacation recently. I don't need another.
Recently, huh?
Well, I mean, we don't have to tell him anything yet. We don't actually know what's going on, so let's look into it. Let's keep digging around. I mean, it seems weird that all this stuff is suddenly just getting dumped on this doorstep while we're here, but we're gonna have to start crossing some stuff off the list. But for now,
Yeah.
I mean,
I will interject real quick. You do still have a question left for Escondido Street, which is how do we lure Elliot to us?
right.
Oh, and Steph, I think I owe you a clue from last week.
Yeah, and we need to do this week's.
Yes, this week, and I believe I put in chat the special rule when you watch a tape at Escondido is you can use something you viewed from the tape to make your own clue as a group. So you also do need to do that.
That's right.
The clue will be for Escondido Street, of course. And Steph, let's see your clue. Oh, I will. So for when you got Steph, Kato, sorry, Kato, for when you came home from the lovely events of last evening, there was another manila envelope on your bed. Inside was I forgot I wrote this down, a tips and tricks guide for Candyborn. That is your clue.
Nice.
Yes, you don't have to do the Odyssey tape clue right now if you don't want to. We can save for later, but just keep it in your mind. You do have another clue for Escondido available. You just have to tell me what it is. All right, so Declan, your plan is to go talk to Casey.
Declan put on a really good face when he was saying like we should go tell Casey what's up.
Okay.
Declan is not exactly. Declan has a presence of 0, so talking to other people is not great. But if nobody else is going to go do it, then he'll do it.
Is if someone else is volunteering, Isabel won't go, because she knows that, because her plan is to be like, yeah, shit happened, it was weird, I don't know, they're just gone. Um, like, that would create conflict. That doesn't have to happen. And it won't happen if she's not there, so she's not gonna be there.
Well, if
Let's.
they're all gonna like ignore the ritual part, I think Kato's just gonna go do it herself.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not that we're going to ignore it. It hasn't been brought up in character. It's so
Yes,
far only been
and
posed
to
in a
Kato, that
metagame
means
out
we're
of game.
ignoring it.
I mean, if you want to take a moment to address the weird
Okay.
shit that you discovered, that's up to you. You can do that. There is no stopping you.
I think Kato said at least at some point that she thinks that they should at least try to do the ritual, just see if it works.
Which
Declan's going to ask what ritual.
Well, candy barn one to go in it.
Oh, playing the game?
Yeah. Like, I got someone. Yeah, no, they're
I
horrible.
hear babies.
I love them. Well, I love one of them.
They're all babies, Steph.
Yeah, No, I'm not gonna say that. That's rude.
Okay.
No, so yeah, Kato says, like someone has been like leaving things for, I guess, me, because this one was on my fucking bed. Kind of creepy. I guess it might be the man in the yellow hat. Now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't seen him before. Whatever. Anyways, it's this book, and she holds up the Candyborn guide. So, like, I don't know. I guess we could do it better. I don't know. But like, yeah, the ritual said that we can only do it at night, anyways. So
we have to play it at night. Okay.
yeah.
In that case, do we want to tell Casey and have him come play with us?
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, sure. I'm down.
It's worth mentioning that when Declan asks questions like that, he's asking it as if like, this is insane. I'm posing it as a, well, I expect the answer to be no, of course not. That's ridiculous. Okay. I mean, we gotta tell Casey what we've got to tell Casey something. I'd rather tell Casey the truth.
Or at least what we think is the truth. We can all figure out if it is when we get sucked in the board game or whatever.
This isn't Jumanji. You're not Robin Williams.
No, I'm way hotter. Like, way hotter.
I mean, I don't know. He's got that something going on.
I didn't say he wasn't hot.
I was gonna say, like, it's
Just that I'm hot.
that is not the point. That is not the point. We can get into this discussion later. Fine. Let's tell Casey to meet us. We can stock up on some booze and we can play a game. And if Casey wants to believe us, fine. If not, fine. Either way, we can check that off the list tonight. I think that sounds reasonable, right? Everybody? I mean, not reasonable. It sounds like not even a good plan. It's something we're gonna fucking do. Fine. Let's just go with it.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it from more of a like, this is like a wacky vacation activity. Like, we're here to hang out, right? And do cool investigation into weird shit. So, like, I don't know. I don't kind of see the point of not doing the weird part of it. Like, that's why we're here, right? So,
Yeah.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna go hang out with Cassie. She's kind of freaking out about the whole dead brother thing. Or I guess he's not dead. I don't know. It's been a minute.
Yeah, last you heard he's been transferred through a number of state facilities. Last you heard.
Yeah, let's go. How did she approach us exactly? Sorry,
So
She came to Kato.
Yeah, she came to
Okay,
Kako
okay.
directly because they are childhood friends.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Let's go. Let's go check it out.
So,
For the record, Isabeau, I also think most of this is absolute insanity, but I mean, Kato's got kind of a point. Why are we here looking into this stuff if we're gonna just ignore?
Alright, fine, I'll go, but only because you said there'd be booze.
Tonight there will be booze. There isn't gonna be booze now. No day drinking, Isabeau.
Only because I have to drive.
Oh, that's
So
right.
you
bitch on my
You've got the
motorcycle
nice
if you
car.
want.
No, she's got the nice car. I'll let her drive.
so, is everyone okay? So, where is everyone headed at this moment?
Cassie, I think, is the plan.
Everyone's going to Cassie. No one's
Yeah.
like so. There is Casey as well. Is no one talking to Casey?
We're gonna
Now-
call Casey and tell him to come meet us tonight.
Excellent. And then you're going to go talk to Cassie now. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Got
Cassie
it.
and Casey. I mean,
Yep. I'm gonna mess that up too. Guaranteed. All right. So, where are you? I'm assuming you're gonna go meet Cassie at her home, or are you having? Are you going? Or is Kato? Are you going to call her and have you meet you somewhere? Or
Yeah, I mean, I figured Kato would probably just ride up to her house. Unless she's, doing something. Probably call her first and check.
oh yeah, she'll answer. Hey, did you any luck looking into the weird shit going on so far?
Some of the weird stuff, like, we got this theory that, like, the Rappaports, you remember Escondido Street, that weird house that was always abandoned, or got abandoned after a while. Like, we're pretty sure that they got sucked into a board game. You meant the weird shit going on with you.
Yeah,
That's what I was. That's kind of what I was calling about. So,
sucked
we're
into
gonna-
a board game.
yeah, no, it was just real fucked up.
You know
We're
what?
gonna see if it works.
If what works?
Getting stuck
know
in the
what?
board game.
I have enough on my plate. I meant stuff going on with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so where are you right now? Let's
I'm-
rendezvous. What is that? Is that what
Okay.
that's what they say in the that's what
I-
that's how they spell it. Is that
I-
how you say it?
I think it's rendezvous. Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Where are you?
I'm at home right now. Where do you want to meet?
Cool. I'm already up front.
All right. So Casey will come outside to meet you all. So Casey.
Cassie.
Cassie. I knew it. I knew I was gonna do it. She's wearing a tattoo choker. She has a dark cherry bob haircut. I love this. She's wearing her favorite band shirt, which is Psychic Narwhal Messiah, which is a glitch punk band. Maybe you'll hear about them eventually. Another mystery. Wink. But yeah, so she walks out. She's also wearing like the "I bought these distressed jeans," not "I distressed these jeans." Distressed jeans. So she'll come out front to meet you all. So yeah, hello. I don't think I've met either of you. I'm Cassie. Cassie March.
Cassie. This is Isabeau and Declan.
Hi,
We
Cassie.
are hanging out this summer. This summer. I don't know. Yeah, so what's like the deal?
Well, I mean, I told you the fire. My car got vandalized.
I
Um,
was sort of coming down off of something, you know?
no, I get it. Yep, just, I haven't changed at all, have you, Kato?
Well, I don't I don't get on my motorcycle when I'm inebriated anymore. That's one difference.
I mean, that's a good difference, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, it started with the convenience store getting the one Circle K getting burned down by an employee named Ben, and then my car was vandalized by a real like gross barista who wouldn't take no for an answer, also named Ben. And finally, the guy who drew that stupid fucking cop dog, uh, beat his son up, who's also named Ben. I thought it was, you know, I thought it was weird because that's my
That
brother's
is kind of
name.
weird. Yeah,
I mean,
no,
honest,
it
no
is.
offense, no offense to you and your brother. I've never met a Ben that I liked.
Uh, 10 out of 10.
Nice.
I so where did you want to head to first? I mean the barista's out. I don't think they arrested Alan for that. But the convenience store arsonist is definitely in jail.
I mean, I kind of want to go see the burned down Circle K, mostly just because I think that'd be cool.
Out of curiosity, are these places are they important to you? Did you used to work at the Circle K? Did you work at the coffee place?
Uh, give me the meddling move, Declan. With presents.
No.
Let me check. Let me check your conditions to see if any will apply here.
I have something that was glossed over when we woke up in the morning and we were talking. Declan had like one of like his left hand is like completely like covered in bandages. Very, it seems like very professionally like bound wound, but yeah.
I don't think either of your conditions apply here. So go ahead and roll normally. With presents.
Okay, so meddling, normal, with presence, and because it is me and my dice roll. Oh, actually, that isn't the worst.
Yeah.
I'll keep it. Thank you,
All right.
I'm Changeling. Appreciate it. Good night.
Night, ever. All right. So complication. Hmm. She'll say, well, I can't speak for the complication here will be is that it's not a solid through line to all three. But she'll say well, nothing like that. I do remember when I turned down the barista, him saying that I'd regret it because he's gonna stay rough on crime. And all of that's Officer Barker's catchphrase. And she'll continue, and he kept saying it under his breath as I like kind of hurried out of there, and then I kind of figured that's who it was after my car got vandalized. So your clue is the "stay rough on crime" catchphrase being muttered over and over again by at least one of them. But you're not sure about the others.
Well, that's fucked up.
I mean, is
Yeah.
it possible that he just knows about your brother's history and was just like trying to get under your skin?
I mean, I was an infant. I wasn't raised as a castle. I mean that's not even my last name. My last name is March now. A deputy March and his wife adopted me. I mean that's those are my parents. I was too small to remember anything about that night, obviously. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's small
kids do still
towns.
pretty
It's
relentlessly
small
about it.
towns, so everyone knows what happened. Of course, it's a small town. There's maybe 5,000 people in this town. A brutal murder. People remember that.
Yeah. What was
But
this guy's name again? And like, where you said he didn't get like, he's out of jail or whatever? He didn't get.
it's vandalism. He got a ticket.
Okay. So I want to go say hi to that guy and maybe tell him that it's not cool to fuck with people who already said no and then try and poke at their childhood traumas to get them to change their mind. I think that maybe he might like to meet me. And by that I mean I want to beat the fuck out of him. In case that wasn't clear.
Otto, you can't just go beat the shit out of people. The sheriff will find out about it. You know that. Bill will
Okay,
come see
and
you.
I
That's
mean,
Or
fine.
or my
Whatever.
or my
I think it's worth saying, Kato, that while yes, I agree with you under normal circumstances, considering the fact that we're talking about a family being sucked into a board game and trapped there for the last, I don't know, 20 years, we may want to consider that if everything that it looks like is true on the surface is true, maybe the person wasn't entirely in his right mind.
Well, I mean, being fucked up on something still doesn't make it an excuse to sexually assault someone.
I'm
Or harass them, rather. You weren't assaulted, right? If he assaulted you, I'm
No.
gonna kill him.
No, nothing happened besides the
Okay.
car.
I'm saying
Yeah? Okay.
if there's some weird ghost spirit stuff going on here, it would be the ghost or spirit's fault, not necessarily the person's fault.
Okay. So we should probably talk to him anyways, and if I don't like his answers, then I beat him up.
Oh yeah, if he's still an asshole, go for it.
Cool.
But
Great. Awesome. Glad we're on this. Actually, you know what? I like you. We're good. We're chill.
I can't.
fantastic.
You know what?
Why?
I'm gonna pretend.
Are we
Go ahead.
contemplating violence?
Because some people
Apparently, they're going to go beat the shit out of this barista.
no, we're gonna go talk to the barista. If he gives us reason to beat the shit out of him. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard a version of this dialogue from my father, who's a cop. I just want to give you perspective.
I mean,
listen,
kind of
I'm-
fucked up that he's saying it because he's a cop. I'm not.
You
He's got
know,
that
it's-
whole like authority thing over people. That's sort of weird. I'm just another random fucker. Like, it's one thing for someone to beat up another person. It's another one for like someone in a position of authority to go and randomly beat up someone else. You know?
I'm not saying he did that. I'm saying the threat of dates and stuff like that. You know what weird dads do.
Well,
I'm not.
yeah, but this guy was harassing you, like actually, and vandalized your car.
Okay.
You're underreacting, actually.
A car is just a car. We're not going into this
Thank
with
you.
the intention of wanting to beat anybody up. We're going
Okay.
into this wanting to talk
One
to
of us
somebody,
isn't.
and we are open to the possibility of beating somebody up. There is a difference.
You know what? I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear any part about it.
That's actually probably for the best. In fact, pretend
Cool.
you didn't hear anything about what we said here until we talk to you again.
Yeah, like the weird getting sucked into a board game shit. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that because
Yeah.
if you actually believe that, I think you might need to go get evaluated.
Well,
Thank you.
I don't know about
Thank you.
believe it, but like, I don't know. It sounds like it's a fun way to spend a night. Like a Ouija board. Did you guys ever do like anything? I know you didn't. We hung out all the time. I know you didn't.
Who are you saying
No,
that
of-
to?
Yes.
Okay.
Case like, yeah, of course not. You don't fuck with weird shit when you have awful shit in your past, Kato. It's you just don't.
So, let's go talk to Ben, and we will see where it goes. We are not going to go get into a fight with anybody right now. If they give us reason to, we may get into a fight with somebody later. I think that's fair. That's fair.
He's still young.
Okay. Wait, how old is this barista? Because Cassie's younger than we are, right?
Cassie's
Cassie's
81.
about our age.
Yeah, Cassie's about her age because she was an infant in '81, so she might be a little younger.
And
but
also,
she's
like, Kato and her grew up together, and we
Yeah.
are all the same age, roughly.
roughly, yeah, like
Oh, that's right.
early
I think
20s to
Early
mid
20s.
20s.
I
Yeah,
think Declan's like the oldest of the group. Yeah.
yeah, I think that was established during session 0.
Okay.
So Cassie will look at Ispo and be like, "You seem like the responsible one here, so you'll try to rein." She kind of looks at Kato and is like,
I
"Do
will.
your best to rein her in."
I will do my absolute best to make sure nobody gets arrested.
And she'll shake her head at Kato and go for a hug and be like, "You are still the terrible influence you were when we were kids."
Well, thanks. And she hugs her and leaves a blunt in her pocket.
All right. So, is everyone sticking together to go potentially beat the shit out of barista?
Yes.
Like, yeah, the crew, the squad rolling up.
Oh, I will say, never mind. I'll save it for later. Go ahead. So yeah, everyone's going to go find this barista. How are you? Okay, my question is, how are you going about finding him? Because he's probably not working at Starbucks anymore. Chances are you get fired if you vandalize a customer's car.
I mean, I say we just go to. There are bound to be people there that are gonna gossip. So I say we just go to the coffee shop and ask some of the people that he used to work with.
Okay.
Like, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna order some coffee. I'm gonna be like, hey, I heard one of you guys like vandalized some lady's car. What was the deal with that?
I've got a couple questions. How long ago was the vandal?
We'll say probably 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay.
It's very recent.
And so this is 2003, 2004?
It's, I believe,
Do that.
04.
Yeah, it's 04, and we're in the late June if you want a specific date.
Okay.
We're approaching the 4th, basically,
All right.
because of the mystery I introduced.
No, 2004 is fine because that means that there are still phone booths around. So
Yes, there
I'm
are.
just gonna go look him up in the phone book.
Excellent. Give me the
Well, do we have his name? I thought we just knew his name was Ben.
I mean,
Hmm.
if there's
Oh, you know
an
what?
arrest record or something,
That's true.
Yeah.
She would know. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah. So yeah, last
Kato
name
would even
is
be able to bring that up, given that she's definitely been arrested at least once.
yeah. We'll say it's Benjamin Williams is his full name.
Wow. Long lost cousin.
Yeah, so I will go look him up in the white pages. Hey kids, you remember what those were?
I do. Here's.
Honestly, there's probably a phone book back at the place we're staying at.
Yeah, they fucking probably still deliver them and drop them on porches.
Although, if we're honest, if this is back when it's supposed to be set, there wouldn't be an Airbnb thing. So this would be a different.
Yeah.
rental
So whatever.
situation.
We don't
Exactly.
need. Yeah, we're not slaves to history.
I think Craigslist existed in 2004.
I'm pretty sure Craigslist
You're-
existed.
I'm almost positive you're right. Yes.
There was no
Craigslist did.
YouTube. I know that. No YouTube in 04. There's probably video sharing sites of some sort. Like, I'm trying to think of. I can't even remember any. It's been too long.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean, they were really short videos because nobody had the bandwidth.
They were TikToks,
Yeah.
proto TikToks.
Proto Talk. All right. Go ahead. Who's searching what? This is who's going to be rolling the move. That's what I'm asking.
Phone book for me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll meddling move with reason.
Mild success.
All right. So complication.
I prefer
I-
spicy success, but I'll take mild success.
Spicy success. I'm happy to call it that. Spicy success is good.
Those are for the night moves.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I would say the mixed is the spicy success in night moves. All right, so you will find the phone number and address of Mr. Benjamin Williams. The Let's see what's fun here. Okay. And weirdly enough, as you're like flipping through the book, a little sketch catches your eye. It looks, you haven't seen Officer Barker since you were a kid, but it sort of looks like him, but there's weird Euclidean geometry shapes surrounding him, and black tentacles coming out from behind him. And it's, I think, like the page right before you get to Benjamin Williams. So it'll just catch your eye. That is your clue, is the sketch. The complication is this. The phone rings while you're in the phone booth.
So Isabeau will tear the page out of the phone book that has the weird drawings on it.
Excellent.
Put that in her purse or jacket pocket. And then the phone ringing kind of startles her. But she'll pick it up. She'll like, so she picks it up and says, "Hey, you've called a phone booth."
You hear a gruff voice there, and, "Oh, I know, Isabeau. I've got my eye on you. I'm going to use a little fun keeper reaction from Dog Told Me to. You recognize the voice of Officer Barker immediately, Isabeau. I'm going to spend my hold now. Officer Barker would like you to get rough on crime and make sure that Benjamin William is punished. If you go ahead with this, you can mark an XP. I'll wait till Rachel's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So if you'd like to make sure Benjamin Williams gets punished for so you can get rough on crime, you'll be able to mark an XP. And if not, I get my hold back.
Let's go beat him up. Let's go beat him up.
Well, so what the rest of you see is like a very confused Isabeau in the phone booth, like, who is this?
I think the line goes dead, but the compulsion remains from Officer Barker.
Okay.
If you choose to follow through, it is fully your choice.
I don't think Isabeau is super into like taking orders from mysterious phone booth calls.
Fair enough. I'll keep my
gonna
hold.
Be like weirdo stalker bullshit. Hangs up, steps out of the phone booth, and looks to see who's watching her.
It's just the three. Yes, perfect, Declan. Thank you.
And then she just sort of shakes it off and like, yeah, weird. I didn't even know you could call payphones.
I mean, I guess they have a phone number, so I guess.
Anyway, I've got Ben Williams' phone number and address.
Nice.
So do we want to call him or just swing by or
I mean, I'm of the opinion we should probably swing by.
what about you, Declan?
I think, yeah, it's probably best if we swing by. So we kind of want to catch him, not unawares, but we don't exactly want to let him know that we're coming and then have him vamoose. So yeah, let's go. Let's go say hi.
All right, let's
Right.
get in the car.
Right, so you drive to a fairly uninteresting apartment building, painted the plain, boring ass cream that a lot of low cost or low rent cost apartments are. With what's the awful spackling crap on the side called? I hate that shit.
Stucco.
Stucco. Ugh, vomit.
Stucco ceilings are everywhere in New Mexico, by the way.
It's the literally fuck the generation before me for deciding those ceilings were good ideas, and
Right?
that carpet on hardwood floors was a good idea. Terrible.
Well, let's be
Um,
honest. Those decisions were made by people who were more interested in the economical aspect of how do you keep a house better insulated and heated, and or cooled, not necessarily what makes a house more livable and aesthetic and pleasing to live in.
True.
So
So yeah, you pull up to the building. He'll be number 6 to buzz in. Takes a minute. Hello.
Hey, is this Benjamin?
Yeah. Who's this?
Candygram.
From? Are you sure you have the right address?
Yeah. You gonna
Uh,
come out, or am I just gonna have to tell your secret admirer that you're just not interested?
I think this is gonna be a day boost with presents. Let me see.
Can I argue for composure, because she is not at all putting on the charm? She's just
Yeah,
stating things as if they're fact.
yeah, I got. Yep. Let me check your conditions real quick. Do you have any?
Frantic and the next victim.
Ooh, well, since you're arguing for composure, I think frantic will put you at disadvantage.
Yeah. Let me look through these here. I think she sort of flicks her leather jacket up as she does so. And I'm going to mark that to get advantage and cancel out the disadvantage.
So go ahead and roll day move with composure. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
Well, that honestly, that this guy is gonna come down and start like hitting on her.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Well, so couple minutes go by, and then you see beanpole of a man wearing just like a turtle, not a turtleneck, it's fucking New Mexico, that's insanity. A little
But
button up.
my girlfriend who lives in New Mexico, always a turtleneck.
Honey, what are you doing?
I mean, they're usually tank top turtlenecks, but when they're not tank tops, they're just full ass sleeve turtlenecks.
I mean,
it's insane.
I was gonna suggest a racerback tank top.
Oh, love it. Perfect. Yep. And then some just denim ass jeans. Opens the door. Oh shit. You're way hotter than I expected.
thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate
like-
that.
He gets that a lot.
Oh, how big is this candygram? You can lose these two, right?
How big do you want it to be?
No,
I
I'm the supervisor. They're the Candygram.
Yeah, it's my first day. I'm Shadow.
is this like a weird three-way thing or 4G?
I did not consent to that. No, actually, surprise. No, it's not Candygram. We're here to fucking interrogate you, dipshit.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay, let's.
So, like, what's up with you, just, creeping on chicks and then torching their cars because they said no?
But look, I already told the cops everything I'm gonna tell them. So
Do I look like a fucking pig to you?
I don't know. You could be an undercover pig.
She's gonna kick him right in the dick.
So Isabeau is
Them's
about
fighting words.
Isabeau is about to say, "We're from the public Okay, never mind.
I think another day move is called for with vitality. I don't think either your conditions will give you disadvantage in this moment.
Ooh. I am.
Oh, what do you think is
afraid.
gonna happen if you fail?
Yes, if I fail, she's. I mean, yeah, she's afraid that he's gonna like take this as some weird like toxic masculinity thing and be like, oh, so this is getting me female attention. And that this is just going to be a recurring problem.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know what condition will be inflicted if you fail this roll. Go ahead. Or not night move, day move. So
9.
you will get him right in the pills, and he'll hunch over, and it's like, oh, you're, I like you. What's your name again? Kind of just crumpled on the ground. The condition
Officer
that you're
Barker.
That's a weird name.
Yeah.
So you are gonna get the condition marked by Benjamin Williams with this mixed roll.
Marked by Dr. CBT.
God, that name is awful. I hate it.
Let's rein it back in a little bit here.
Look, I don't remember what happened. Okay, I just remember someone telling me to do it, and so I did it.
Who?
Weak.
I don't remember. It
Someone told you, hey, you should go you should go destroy this woman's car because she rejected you. You don't remember who it was, but you thought it was a good enough idea that you went ahead and complied. Does that make sense to you?
it looked all right. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but it looked like someone in a Saint Bernard costume and a police uniform. See? Look at your
Where did
faces right now.
Where
No,
did
we
you
already
see
knew
them?
that.
Where did you see him?
He was out by the dumpster when I took the trash out at the end of the night.
And what was he doing?
He was just standing there.
How tall was he?
Let's say 6 foot even.
How tall was the guy in the yellow in the six
Oh,
figure guy?
huge.
Okay, that's what I thought.
unnaturally huge.
Huge, enormous.
Yeah, huge, enormous.
So what would possess you to think that was a good idea? Do you have a habit of harassing and terrorizing women who tell you to fuck off?
Look, I mean, I might flirt with the cute ones when they come in, but there's no crime against that's not illegal.
Yeah, it's creepy, but you're right, it's not illegal.
It is a
So what-
tort.
What
I do.
what the fuck's a tort?
You can get sued for it.
I mean, I don't think she's gonna sue me for it.
She could.
Regardless,
You wrecked
Okay.
your car, dude.
What-
She can sue you for that.
what about
She should.
her? What about her pissed you off so much that you decided that this guy's idea was a good one?
It's hard. You know what? I'm sorry to do this to you again, Declan. The
That's
meddling move. The meddling move with presents.
I was really hoping to go for composure since I'm trying to be calm.
You're trying to
but
get. You know,
We're
if you
good
want to
cop,
argue,
bad cop in this.
yeah, I mean, you are kind of good cop, bad cop. I feel like it's bad cop, worse cop. To be honest,
Yes. Well, yeah.
I'm
Bad
moderate
cop,
cop.
lesser bad cop.
With
Yeah.
I'm moderate cop.
Isabeau's like the fraternal police attorney, being
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
I'm watching over this to make sure it's nice and legal.
I'll give you composure. I'll
Okay.
yeah, I'll give you.
You say it was
composure.
you said it was a day move?
Meddling move,
Meddling,
actually.
Thank you. No advantage. I mean, I can't roll better than a 7, but that's fine.
Let's see. So he'll be like, do you know how sometimes you get like a thought and it just worms into your brain and lives there and you
Yeah.
can't get it out and it's just over and over and over? When that dog talked to me, that's what his words were like. They just went straight into the center of my brain and just kept telling me to do it until I did it. And so I did it so it'd stop. And then he like and right on to you, Declan. This will be the complication. He a little what smells like tequila and pizza comes out, but there's one weird thing on top of it all that lands on your shoes.
Pineapple.
It is a canine tooth, black with decay. Oh shit! I'm sorry. After the whole ticket thing, I've been drinking a little heavier. I'm so sorry.
Have you been flossing?
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna kind of like I'm not gonna reach out and touch it. I'm just gonna kind of flick my shoe so that it like I want it to land on or near him.
What the fuck is that? Is that like a gross mushroom or something? No wonder it made me sick.
When you say a canine tooth, you mean a human canine tooth or a canine tooth?
It is a large canine tooth,
Okay.
but it is completely black with decay.
Okay, look.
That is your clue.
You clearly do not know what mushrooms look like because does that you know what? Fine. So after she pressed charges against you and everything, how are you feeling about her?
I mean, I told you it was the dog, okay? I'm
This
not
is
gonna do anything.
Weirdest setup
Ed-
for an insanity defense I've ever seen.
I mean, that's what that kid said back in the day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're the one who, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? After you torched her car, you were like, oh, I'm gonna be real fucking crying. The fuck?
I told you I don't remember saying any of that.
I'm just saying, you harass a woman, you vandalize her car, and then you poke at her core childhood trauma? What the fuck kind of a sick, twisted asshole are you?
You know what? Whatever.
If you
fuck
say
this.
something about liking me demeaning you, I'm gonna actually hurt you. Like, for real.
I mean, if you want to leave these two
No.
behind, we can explore that.
No, we're not. We're not. If we're exploring anything, it's the arroyo over there, and you're being buried.
All right.
I don't know that those threats are necessary.
Also, I'm not,
Look at him, he's quivering.
Because
not
you
quivering,
just
he looks very
threatened
into
to
this.
Murder him. Yes, that tends to make human beings nervous. May
I'm
I
pretty sure that
repeat,
quivering
human
is-
fucking beings.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
think
that
he's scared.
I'm pretty sure the quivering is in anticipation. But regardless, let's I think we got what we needed.
Cool. Thanks for stopping by. He'll look directly at Kato. Hope to be seeing you around more, though.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
see.
I'm sure.
I
I'm sure you will.
look, man. I'm trying to support the whole like maybe he's not really a creep and this is just some weird shit, but that kind of thing is gonna just tank your case. So
Look, don't kink shame me, bro.
I'm kink shaming you. This is me officially kink shaming you. And then I'm gonna turn around and leave. Whether anybody else is up to them. But
Yeah, no, absolutely. Kato's getting on her bike and fucking right off.
Okay, fair enough. He goes back into his apartment. Welcome to being marked by the worst dude bro ever with a weird kink. So I think unless there's anything else anyone would like to accomplish, I think we'll call the day phase there. Which will take us into dusk. So with our lovely dusk phase, are you planning to answer any questions?
Well, we were inviting.
mhm.
Yes. So I will ask what you're prepping to do for the night phase, but this is also where you would be answering a question typically.
I think we could answer Elliot's question, and then it could be like a really cool scene with Casey and Elliot.
I like the sound of that. Is that everyone else good with that?
Yeah.
You also, there's nothing as far as I've seen that says you can't answer multiple questions in a dusk phase. You do have enough to answer the first
You can answer
officer
as many
bar-
as you want. Yeah.
Yeah, that you do have enough to answer the first of Dog Told Me To as well, and you have enough to answer the first question of Deep Lake Lurker as well. I would say if you're going to do that, it would require you to split up though. So,
I mean, if we're gonna possibly be getting sucked into a board game later, I feel like let's not split up.
okay,
That's just
so you will only be answering Elliot's question.
I mean,
So
that's my opinion. I don't know how everybody
Okay.
else agrees.
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me.
Isabel, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. Isabeau's only real prep work is to swing by the Circle K for booze and snacks.
Okay,
Gotta have
fair
them.
enough.
And another disposable camera.
Excellent.
And we can also define that clue while we're
Yes.
doing this.
Yes, if you'd like to define the clue you got from watching Happy Jack with the special rule from Escondido Street, all three of you will collaboratively need to tell me what that happened in the video is the clue, and then that will count towards Escondido.
Mhm.
So we're talking about what happened in the Happy Jack video.
Yes,
And
I
how
can.
it's a clue
The
to
prompts
Escondido
prompts are
Street.
still in the character creeper if you need to see them again.
Yep.
But yeah, basically something happened in the tape that's giving you the clue. I will also note for Rachel and Ben, there is a special location in every mystery where you can watch Odyssey tapes, and they all have special rules. Just little note.
Mhm.
Oh, now I'm curious where it is.
They're not all good. I'll also say that just to be fair to you,
But they
they're not
are
always
all
good.
I'm okay
very
with that.
fun.
Yes, they're all very fun, but they're not all good.
Do we have another mystery tape or Odyssey?
Yes,
tape
you
to watch
have
tonight?
2 right now, I believe.
Yeah, we have 2 Odyssey tapes available for us to watch, but I don't think we should. I think we probably shouldn't watch one while we're resolving a mystery,
Yeah, I mean,
or
technically,
rather
like,
pursuing an opportunity, not resolving
I
a
would,
mystery.
I would also feel a little bad if Chain has to miss out on an Odyssey tape.
Yeah. As
But if
far as
you guys want to watch it, it is
the-
your vote, not mine. So
As far as the clue goes, what if Lucy, what if she's Abigail Rappaport? What if that's the clue? Lucy
wait,
in the
like,
tape.
she's the actress who's playing Lucy.
Yeah.
How does that relate to?
I don't know yet. I just think it's cool. I just think it's a cool clue. Figure that part out later.
What about what about if? So we mentioned that there were there was the missing persons board that was zoomed in and showed Lucy's brothers. What if that shows the whole Rappaport family, and there is a little sign or something that set with an arrow that says like Candyland, and it's like pointing off, and there's like this little like paper mache tunnel in the
That's
in the
great.
background.
I like that.
I do too.
Wasn't there?
All right.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Huh. Never mind. I was remembering something incorrectly. But yeah, that's my suggestion.
I think that's great.
All right, that will be your clue from the watching of the tape in Escondido Street.
To be
So-
to be clear, that is in conjunction with the actress that's playing Lucy is
Ooh.
Totally, yeah, I'm totally good with that. That works for me. So now that leaves you to answering the question, which is, how? Sorry, where is it? How do we lure Elliot to us? Which is complexity 2. You have 4. Let me check.
Yeah, we have 4 clues, except I am gonna use my next truth is out there to give us 5, so we can roll out a +3 if we
Yeah.
incorporate all of them.
Right. So this, we'll say there is waiting for you on the doorstep, because I presume you're going to the house.
Mhm.
When we move to the night phase, waiting on the doorstep for you will be. Let's see. We'll say though, scattered out, like not on doorstep actually. When you walk into the home, there'll be Reese's Pieces wrappers all over the place, like a full Reese's Pieces packaging for several of those, as if someone's been snacking in the living room.
we are
Nice.
not going to get our security deposit back at this rate. Okay.
Well, this is at
It's-
the
this is
Escondido.
Escondido Street.
Oh,
So
oh, sorry.
yeah. You don't have to worry about it. I don't think Isabeau's actually going to buy the house unless she really wants to spite Patience Head.
I mean,
I mean, Declan
push
would
me
go
again,
in
Patience. See what happens.
I
Declan
mean,
will go halvesies on that.
Wonderful.
Okay, so then. Okay. As far
So,
as how to lure him there, I mean, I think we should capitalize on something that Jane established in the previous episode, which is that Jane and Elliot. Sorry, it's not Jane. Why am I?
Lottie.
Lottie, thank you. Lottie and Elliot, when they were kids, played a ton of Street Fighter. So let's go. Was Blockbuster still a thing back then?
100%
yeah.
Blockbuster's a
Okay.
thing.
So I mean, maybe we go and we rent a Street Fighter game from Blockbuster, and we come back to Escondido House and we say like hey Elliot, let's play.
We'll
Declan
get
doesn't know anything about Street Fighter, so everything he says is going to be like kind of like out of touch dad trying to sound hip.
Wonderful.
I mean, I think that's great. What if like the Candyborn tips and tricks guide is actually like a Street Fighter strategy guide, but somebody just like paper mached the cover to be Candyborn tips and tricks?
Oh, that's
And
fun.
that's like how one of the reasons why we're like, oh, that's right, they fucking love Street Fighter. So maybe that's like one of the things, one of our clues, and we can get Reese's Pieces as well to help entice him out. And once like he sort of shows himself at least a little bit, we can tell him that we found a tunnel to or maybe from Candyland, and that it's that is his sister also knows where it is, and we can like if one of us is able to access that like sort of spectator mode again, we might be able to like overseer, like direct people to go to places and like yeah, this spot's safe, go there, wait, stuff like that. And I mean the photo album with the infinite mirror is uh also just something that's like I think in the infinite mirror reflection, we also see a like on the counter is a the specific like off-brand controller, and it's the one that Elliot would always use when they were playing Street Fighter. So I think we get one of those off-brand controllers. We get the Street Fighter. We uh, tell him that like we know how to get him and his family out, and that we can help, and also bribe him with candy. That's my theory.
Okay. Thoughts from Isabel or Declan on that?
I think that sounds great. So
Sure.
Isabeau is like, this isn't gonna work. This is so dumb. Like in the background, she's sort of Statler and Waldorfing in while she's drinking a bourbon.
Nice.
All right. So I think before we go to our break, I'm going to have one of you roll the answer question move at +3. Who would like to valiantly sacrifice themselves on the altar of answer a question? Not Ben.
I mean, I'll roll it, but I'm just saying that the odds are not in my favor or in the group's favor if you have me roll it.
I do
I can
think
do it.
like part of me. Oh, go ahead. Then I would say part of me wants to make Isabeau roll it since she's such a doubting Thomas about
I
all this.
I'm open to that as well.
I think that would be fun. Yeah, you should do
All
it.
right. So please, Isabeau, roll answer a question at +3.
Question complexity?
2.
Two.
Mild success. I rolled an 8.
All right. Oh, okay. That should be a 10 actually, because it's you. I think you didn't put 5 clues. You put +3. It should have been 5 clues,
Oh,
complexity 2. So yeah, so that's a 10. So that is correct. Your answer is correct. That is how you're going to lure Elliot out. When we
okay.
get back, let's go ahead and go to our 10-minute break. We'll be right, well, 10-ish minutes. They're never 10 minutes, let's be honest. We'll be
I
back in roughly 10 minutes with our night phase, our No Odyssey tape night phase for the first time. See everyone soon.
Have a good break, everyone.
all know that, like, even if we were alive, which we are
It wouldn't
now,
matter.
talking about girl dick would just impress our audience.
Yeah.
Yes, we were
Exactly.
talking about how much we love girl dick, everyone. Welcome back, everyone.
Not inaccurate.
And Baldur's Gate
Twitch,
3.
don't ban us, please. We're not discussing anything lewd. It's just girl
I
dick.
have it all tagged correct. It's fine. I mean, there's no specific tag, but
I was gonna say I didn't realize. that Twitch
I
was
would really love
progressive
if you
enough
put a
for-
girl if you put girl dick as a tag. That would be my favorite thing ever. 'Cause it's not inaccurate.
that would be like
Yeah,
the special
Dre, yes, they
After
do.
Dark fundraising show for the Trevor Project or Rainbow Railroad.
All right, let's get this back. Let's get straight back on rails.
Are we
So-
ever on rails?
Not really. We end up in Candyborn hell, so you know. All right. So speaking of Candyborn, we're going to begin our night phase. So I believe the plan is to call Casey and have him join you here. We will say that for the purposes of continuity, that Lottie is here helping as well, since Lottie is also Elliot's childhood friend. Was there anything else anyone wanted to do that I am forgetting
Yeah,
in this night
so,
phase?
Isabeau has procured snacks. So the stuff you get from the Circle K. So, some beer, some heavier liquor. I don't know what the New Mexico laws are, but anyway.
Oh, it's rural as fuck out here, hon.
Okay. No, 'cause I know some places you can only get them at the special stores.
Yeah, like here in New York State.
Yeah, I got a 24-hour pharmacy. I can get whatever the fuck I want across the
Yeah,
street. Just
Say,
not
like, I
between
ju-
the
I-
hours of 3 a.m. and I think 6 a.m.
I literally just got back from Bevmo delivering to me, so
But then I'm also going to get, to sort of set the mood, a whole bunch of nostalgic candy. So, like,
okay.
the stuff you only ever ate as kids, based on the podcast I listened to this morning, Fun Dip, which is just eat sugar with a sugar stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're a bad kid like me, you snort that stuff for fun.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, I'll also get like Pop Rocks and
Brain pops.
Yeah, just like all the kid candy.
What year did they get rid of candy cigarettes because they realized it was a bad fucking idea to sell candy
I
cigarettes to
think
children?
sometime in the
Oh,
90s,
it was-
although they're back now.
No. It was long before that because I grew up with them. Or long after that, even.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'll
They were
Sour
banned
straws
in-
are my
they were
favorite.
banned in 2009.
Holy shit, really?
Ew.
That late?
I was
Yeah.
about
Dude,
to
I was
say-
eating those shits when I was like 11.
Holy shit. What is this world?
Okay,
I was.
it makes
Oh.
sense because right now this is the second Bush administration, and they
Mm.
weren't banned until Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah,
No,
thanks,
that was
Obama.
that was the first Bush administration, wasn't it? Wasn't 2008 and 2012? Those were when Obama.
2008 was the year he was elected.
That's what I mean. Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
Um,
the cigarettes are just candy flavored. Yeah, exactly, Drea.
Yeah.
Go get your jewels, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I will also, because they're not banned yet, buy a pack of clove cigarettes for myself.
So with your special little ability, you can add one of those things to your. I will, for the purposes of this, count all the nostalgic candy as one thing. If you
Okay.
want that, or if you want the clove cigarettes as an item in your corner of the house, I'll allow that as well.
I'll take.
You already
one-
have a disposable camera that you can still mark, so I
Yeah.
won't. You don't have need to take that again.
I'll take nostalgia candy.
Nostalgic candy in your corner of the house, then.
And then also to like counterbalance the terrible sugar headache we are about to give ourselves. Also get some salty potato chips and microwave popcorn.
Okay, sounds
Nice.
good. Declan, Kato, anything else you want to do to prep?
Is there a microwave in the house?
So there is no like the weird thing about the house is the TV and the VCR work despite no electricity. So if you there all the utilities are there still, or not appliances are there, but there is no power. So
So,
if you have a way to get power to them, if you have a reasonable way to get power to them, I'll allow you to use the microwave.
just thinking,
Oh.
if we're gonna have microwave popcorn, we'll need some way to cook it.
I mean, if
I don't.
worst comes to worst, we can just open the bag and do stovetop popcorn.
I mean, we'd need a portable stove at that point too.
I don't think they
Because
sell
again,
those
there's
at
no
the Circle
power.
K.
I don't think they sell them at the Circle K either. Not any Circle K I've been to, and I've been to the Circle K's in the Southwest. So
I could probably get the little doohickeys of propane, but not the actual stove.
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I can't believe I'm helping you with this absurdity. There is grill appliances in the backyard, so you could use a fucking grill to do stovetop
Hell
pop.
yeah! Grill up those kernels, baby.
Yeah, just get some aluminum foil. We'll just do a
Yeah, I
couple
will.
layers of that,
I
pack
will
it in
say
there.
that that's extremely feels dangerous and hectic. So that will be part of the night phase. It will not be prep.
Yay! It could explode on us! Hooray!
Yes, exactly.
Hey,
Um,
anybody that was a child of the '80s that did not have a stovetop bag of Jiffy Pop explode on them while they were making it did not truly experience the '80s.
Yeah. Also, in that same vibe, burning a bag of popcorn because you never forget that
Oh,
smell for the rest
it's
of your
the
life.
worst.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, like, we never did the stovetop stuff, but we had the microwave stuff, and, this is how you calibrate your microwave, is figuring out how long the
Mhm.
popcorn goes in. Is it 2 minutes? Is it 2 minutes and 15 seconds? Because if you get it wrong, it's burned.
Yeah, that extra 15 seconds makes a huge difference. Did any of you ever have the did any of you grow up with the plastic micro or like popcorn poppers that you would pour the popcorn in and you put some
Oh,
butter in like the little metal thing?
Yeah,
and
the
then-
Yeah.
air poppers.
Yeah, that's them.
We
that's
we
them.
would pop up. I'm so sorry. I'm derailing, but
It's,
we would
part of this game is nostalgia, so I think it's okay. I'll allow it.
we would air pop like a paper grocery sack full of popcorn, and then go to the
Mhm.
drive-in movie theaters
That's the way to do it.
where the speakers would never work, so we would always just end up eavesdropping on our neighbor's speaker.
Drive-ins. Good times.
All right. So, any prep stuff that's like I said, the actual popping of popcorn is not going to be prep. For Circle K, I'm fine being prep. Calling Casey, I'm fine being prep.
Time to go down to the Hollywood Video and pick up Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Or Blockbuster, depending.
Actually, just GameStop, because they'll also have the controller.
Yes, that's true. Oh, that is true. Yeah.
I
And
would
the,
like to.
well,
oh, sorry.
we don't need the system. We could just plug the controller into the VHS, throw the disc in there, and see if it works. Fuck it.
I would like to set the board game up and check the rules to make sure it's set up properly, and I know how
Okay.
to play the game.
I think that will be part of the night phase as well.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I wanted that to be the prep for the night phase, so you can be like,
I'll
oh,
say- I'll
some
say-
surprise
okay,
rule.
okay. I'll allow setting up of the board will be prep, but the actual because part of playing board games is spending 20 minutes reading the rule book while everyone
Yeah,
waits.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So let's begin our night phase. You all arrive at House Kniskinigo Street with your various things. Casey's not waiting for you at the doorstep or anything, waiting for you on the sidewalk. There's no way in hell he is going to that house alone. Oh, and actually, you do, and we will need a scene with Casey. Do you immediately? So you said you figured out what's going on? Whoever shows up first. Who would like to volunteer to show up first?
I mean, I never left the house. I'm still there, kind of setting up the board
Okay,
game. And
so
stuff,
then Declan, Casey will walk up to you like, so hey, you guys figured it out? Where are they?
how open-minded has Casey seemed when we've spoken with him in the past?
So when you first spoke with him, he vaguely suggested that Deep Lake got its claws into him and he wasn't able to leave this town. So based on that, you think he's probably at least got he's got a wooge meter at least.
Okay.
Where it sits, you're not fully sure because there was not a lot of time spent with Casey, to be honest.
Okay.
But you think there he at least has a wooge meter and that it is not negative.
Well, look, I think a lot of us who grew up in town around that time know that there's some weird stuff, like you know, like weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean this sounds fucking weird.
Yeah. So we think something weird happened to them.
What kind of weird?
Pretty fucking weird.
Well, lay it on me.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure you were okay with weird. I will take him into the room with the board game, and I will gesture at it and say, "We think they got Jumanji'd."
You serious?
Listen, I know how absolutely batshit that sounds, so I wouldn't be telling you that A as a joke because it's a fucked up thing to joke about, and B, I wouldn't be telling you that if I didn't think you were at least willing to listen.
I'm gonna ask: are the Reese's wrappers you used to answer the question to lure Elliot out in this space currently, where you take it, Casey?
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, I don't think we went through and cleaned up any of the ones that were already there.
Yeah. So that it is not a bad thing. I'm just like for role playing reasons. He'll like stop and look around, like pick up the wrapper. It's like, you know, this was Elliot's favorite candy, right?
That's what I heard. Reese's Pieces and Street Fighter.
Yeah, he and I can't quite remember his name because Aaron's not gonna dead name anyone ever.
Lottie. Declan will just really say Lottie.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize. I feel like an asshole now.
I mean, I don't think at the time you knew Lottie that Lottie knew. So.
Okay. All right. So walk me through this. Like how'd you figure this out, and how are you gonna get? Oh,
Lottie and Kato had some experiences that sort of pointed in the direction that this was what was going on. Probably better if Kato speaks for herself, honestly.
all right. Speak of the devil, Kato. You can enter the scene now if you'd like. Isabel, you're welcome to join as well at this moment. That's up to you.
I feel like Isabel will just crash in with like 2 big plastic grocery sacks.
Casey jumps when you walk in, like, holy shit. Sorry.
Hey, it's just me. I brought snacks and booze.
Oh, awesome. We're gonna have a regular party here.
I think Kato walks in shortly after smoking a hand-rolled cigarette.
Yep, it'll be exactly like we're 12. I got Diet Coke and I got Mentos and Pop Rocks.
Exactly like we're 12, she says, taking a huge drag.
So Casey will look to Kato. So Jacqueline was telling me you're the one to ask, like, what is all this and how did you figure it out?
Well, they so they got sucked into like a super hardcore version of Candyland where they have to like fight shit.
Isabel will call from the kitchen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not it. I think they just had to leave town suddenly one day. But that's what the booze is for.
Okay.
Yeah, so like basically we just do this weird mirror thing. Like, so there's mirrors. We put them in infinite mode or whatever. And then I guess we play this weird fucked up version of Candyland that they had in the house. Candy Barn. which I don't fucking get. Why would something be born of candy and then be, I don't know.
And then like, what happens then?
So like we go in there, right? And one of us is gonna have to do this like thing where it's sort of like you're a spectator, like just kind of like a floating camera. It's weird. It's fucked up. And so whoever does that is gonna be like overwatching and telling people like, hey, go there and then don't move. And then you go there and then don't move, or else the big fucking gumdrop is gonna like suffocate you or whatever. And then we're just gonna try and basically get to like this little exit that we found in the Odyssey tape. So, like, there's this part where Abigail's in it. Abigail's in the tape. It's called Lucy.
Wait,
Acted. Yeah,
they're
that
like,
right.
they're alive?
Yeah, in the game. Well, I mean, I don't know how alive they are, but like something about them is in there. The house just straight up decided, nah, these people are rotten, and so it ate them.
The house decided?
Yeah, you know the fucked up house that we're in that's evil? The evil house?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Casey's kind of like,
No one asked. No one asked.
all right, okay.
Declan is just standing there, kind of like dead center between complete like skepticism that Isabeau's exhibiting and the like 100% dove in head first belief that Kato is exhibiting, and is kind of glad that both of them are here now because he doesn't have to try to play like be both people. He can just let them do it.
Wonderful. All right, so what do you need me to do?
Well, I mean, like, we're gonna play the game, and then, like, I don't know, probably make sure, like, help to Rappaport's not get squished by candy or whatever. I don't really know how, like, I don't know the gameplay loops like.
All right, I guess let's do this. I'm a little rusty on my video game skills, but I can help however I can.
Well, I mean, it's a board game, so.
Oh, I thought you said, okay, never mind. All right, so I believe there was some tasks set to the three of you. Isabeau, you're going to make popcorn on a grill, I believe.
Yeah, just
Declan,
like,
you're
I don't want to hear about your brother, Lottie. Stop telling me about him. I think your sound cut out, Aaron.
Oh no, sorry, I was replied in chat. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
there was a good joke made, and I appreciated it. As a fellow diabetic, I appreciated it. All right, so this is where we're going to split our latch keys up. I think Declan, you're going to be focusing on the rules to see if
Yes.
there's any special rules or anything like that. Kato, are you going into spectator mode, or are you going to try and do the video game controller, or is no one going into spectator mode currently?
I think since Kato's the one who figured out how to do it, she'll probably do it. But I think first things first is she's going to try and get Elliot to like show up because that's
Okay.
part of it, right?
Yep, 100%. And then Isabeau is going to make us some delicious snacks to help encourage Elliot to show up, I believe is the vibe.
Yeah.
Let's
'cause,
start.
I mean, who doesn't want to be like, hey, we're gonna have a sleepover like when we were 14 and eat what we ate when we were 14? Oh, frozen
All right.
pizza. I bet I picked up some frozen pizza too.
Nice.
There's nowhere to cook a frozen pizza.
On the grill.
This girl's going to see a lot of
Grill
use.
that za.
Not intended.
At some point, Isabeau will just give up and order delivery.
Excellent. Okay. I love a delivery driver scene. That we'll get to that later, I think. All right. So I think we'll start with Isabeau. So you take your little Jiffy Pop out to the grill. You weren't sure about the propane, so you probably picked some up as well too, just in case. And you hook up your new propane tank. It has not been used in decades, so you do spend some time getting the gross shit off the grill itself. Um,
Ew.
and then you go to light it. So here's what I'm going to ask for the night move. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
It explodes, and I am terribly, terribly injured.
It's worse than that. You will be killed.
Okay. Uh,
Go ahead and roll. We'll say composure. I think that feels right for not exploding the 10-year-old girl.
I'm glad I put my point in composure.
You have
Oh
keys,
my
no worry.
god!
Well, so Kato,
Turn a
you're
key.
set.
Turn a key.
So just for the record, you always narrate the scene and then the key turn happens
Oh, that's
if
right.
you
That's
want
right.
to.
I keep
Yeah,
forgetting.
because you
Sorry.
can you can choose to die. That is an option. Declan, you're inside. You're seeing the rules. Kato, you're getting the mirrors aligned how you saw them last time. Isabel, you get everything set up. You're confident. You put the projectile on there and you press that igniter, and the propane tank explodes, and your body is ripped asunder from the force of the explosion. Would you like to turn a key?
I would. I don't feel like Isabeau's story is complete at this point.
Gets killed by Grill is not the end to Isabel's story.
No, I feel like she's got a lot of growth and progress yet to be made.
Okay. Go ahead and mark a key, any key of the child or the sandstone arch, your choice.
Um,
Oh, you should already have a key marked. I forgot which one you turned last week.
yes, it is a flashback showing when I was an outsider amongst my school peers.
Okay, I will check that for you. There you go. Oh, that's Lottie, not you. Haha. Oh, you already have it marked. I was looking at the wrong sheet. So yes.
So, I'm gonna go to the moment that Isabeau felt genuine happiness as a child.
Would you like to narrate it now, or would you like to save it?
I can narrate now.
Up to you.
And so, remind me, should this be a scene with another PC?
No, the
Okay.
flashbacks should be kind of just you.
Okay.
Otherwise, they would remember it themselves. This basically, like, not only is you narrating like potentially fucked up stuff from your history, it's also allowing you to talk about these moments later to other characters.
Okay. So I've sort of hinted, or sometimes outright stated, that Isabeau had a really, she grew up poor in a trailer park, and so her family was involved in, less than legal ways to make ends meet, especially her cousin, the drug dealer. Um, and so her parents were more often than not absent. But when there was an unexpected windfall, when Dad got overtime or Mom got her bonus check at the end of the year, or the tax rebate, there was a little extra money to spend on fun stuff. And it was always like a really nice event because they'd bring out the community barbecue for that the trailer park got to use, and like they'd spend a little extra on like the really nice meats and everything. And Isabeau has a really nice memory of her dad, who was sober, standing at the grill, teaching her, how to make grilled burgers and hot dogs, and essentially, how to cook on an outdoor barbecue grill. And there was one point where the grill started clicking, and her dad moved just really, really fast and explained what that meant and how to fix it. And it's that memory when Isabeau tries to fire up the grill herself. She hears the same clicking, and she's like, oh shit! And she does exactly what her dad taught her to do, which is how she doesn't die, and sort of lets her have a reverie of like, yeah, that was actually a really good day. Dad taught me how to, work a grill, make burgers, and afterwards I got to play in the slip and slide with my friends, and I guess the trailer park wasn't all bad.
All right. So we rewind. Isabeau clicks the igniter. The grill ignites, but there will be a complication with this, and that is it goes up bigger than expected. The gas was maybe left on a little too long, and it's going to singe your eyebrows and hair, and we'll just call that singed hair as your condition.
Okay.
Or eyebrowless if you want, if you'd rather have that.
I like eyebrowless.
All right, eyebrowless it is.
And so I think the rest of you would hear like, oh fuck! Oh fuck shit!
Hmm.
Does
But
the TV room window look out on the backyard?
In my head, it was facing out to the front yard, but I
Okay.
don't mind if it faces out to the back.
I mean,
There's no official floor plan for that's not out the house, so
it's also possible that the flare would create enough light that it would still make its way into the room that you're in.
yeah.
Okay. And that like if Declan hears that, he would definitely be up and like either going to the window in the room if it's facing the backyard, or going to like the room towards the back to kind of look out through the window.
Yeah, you see Isabeau has no more eyebrows and some singed hair as well, but is otherwise fine.
Maybe we should just order delivery, he says through the window.
And so Isabel looks at like the popcorn that she was gonna try and make on the grill, and then like, yeah, fuck this, we're getting delivery.
Excellent.
You
So-
make the phone call. I gotta go do some stuff in the bathroom. And she like pencils her eyebrows back on.
Well, I will have you keep the condition because it is always very apparent when people have drawn their eyebrows on.
Oh, exactly. But it's slightly better than none.
Yes,
Speaking of-
100%.
Could have her change it to drawn eyebrows.
Oh, I do like that.
Speaking of, I once, as I was getting ready for work, in the before times, was trimming my beard and everything like that, and done it 1,000 times. So muscle memory just kind of wrote, and was not paying attention. My nose started to itch, and so I did this,
Oh
and
no!
I shaved off most of this eyebrow, and so I basically had to like shave it the rest of the way off and then draw it on.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
I was working as a corporate trainer at the time, and I actually worked it into my lesson plan for the day, and it was a big hit. So it worked out
Nice.
for the best, but it was very embarrassing for the first few hours of the day.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So, we will cut to Declan then. You're going to be focusing on reading the rules.
Also, like I'm gonna be like calling for the delivery like while reading the rules.
Yeah.
I imagine Declan's just gonna call Domino's or Pizza Hut, whichever is like,
Yeah.
whichever is the better pizza place in this town.
I would say in 2004, Pizza Hut was dope as fuck. Let's
That's
be
true.
real.
Man, I don't know why they got rid of the original Big New Yorker back in the day, but that's beside the point. Let's not talk about it. It's an old wound that'll never heal.
I mean, there was an independent pizza joint when I was growing up that had the best pizza sauce.
mm,
All right. So,
so
Pizza Hut, how can I help you?
I'm gonna need a large cheese and a large pepperoni. I'm gonna need. In this era, do they do cheesy bread or do they do mozzarella sticks? I'm gonna say they do like just breadsticks. I'm gonna need an order like.
Oh, they had
like,
that stuffed crust pizza. I remember that.
Oh yeah, you know what? So the pepperoni pizza is gonna be a stuffed crust pepperoni pizza.
You
And
get
then,
one
like,
with green chili on it.
the pepperoni or the cheese.
Either.
I'm gonna get it on the. You know what? Instead of a cheese pizza, do a large pizza with green chilies or green peppers. And yes, Declan is having
Chilies.
this conversation while the person is on.
Of course, as is tradition. When you
So
order a
okay,
pizza.
sorry, I thought it was green peppers. It's green chilies. Let's put the green chilies on the pepperoni pizza. So it's going to be a large pepperoni and green chilies stuffed crust pizza, and then a large cheese pizza. I also need 2 orders um, of breadsticks with marinara sauce, of course, and I don't remember what kind of soda. You know, she's busy. You know, throw in a 2 liter of Mountain Dew because it's not. You can't call the night a night without Mountain Dew.
So you're doing this while reading the rules,
Yes.
and you're kind of, it's fucking Candyland. So
Oh,
it is as
Code
simple
Red
as
Mountain
simple.
Dew. I would like to point
Oh
out.
God, crime against humanity. Well, Crystal Pepsi's the real crime, but Code Red's up there. Anyways, Surge. Oh my God, Surge is a vibe.
Or
I forgot about
balls.
Surge.
Balls, Rachel. No, not balls again. Shout out to Delta Green Game. Anyways, so yeah, you're reading through and your eyes hit a special rule where it's like, and in context of the Candyland rules, this paragraph makes no sense to you. It just says if Jody, the ravenous sugar pig, is in play, all other threats must be ignored until she is beaten. And then you hear static coming through the phone briefly, and then it's it sounds like the same person, but a little distorted. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think this should be it. We'll pay cash.
Mistake. You're going to need body bags after I'm done with you. You hear the static again. What's Declan afraid's going to happen in this moment?
That he is going to hear a snorting and feel the hot breath of Jody the what was it, pig?
The ravenous sugar pig.
Thank you, the ravenous sugar pig on the back of his neck.
It's worse than that. Jody's gonna take a big old chunk out of Declan.
Okay, great.
Go ahead and roll the night move with. You do have a point in sensitivity, so I'm not gonna feel bad about making you roll with sensitivity.
I mean, you say I have a point in it. It's a 0.
You put a point into
yeah, I
it.
put a
Sorry,
point
you
into
put a
it.
point into it.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Well, I guess that is just what it is. And
You always
well,
have keys.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and turn a key on that one.
Allow me to narrate first.
Okay.
So, the phone goes dead in your hand, and then you feel on the back of your neck. Yeah, I can make snorting noises.
You got zoomed apart.
I'm hungry right now, though, Declan. And then you feel the pig teeth rip into your shoulder and pull off a massive amount of flesh. And you begin breathing profusely all over the board game and the rules. Would you like to turn a key?
Yeah, I think I really,
Okay.
really would. I think I'm gonna go Key of the Child.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a flashback showing how you are an outsider among school peers. And this is gonna be oh sorry, let me mark it on the other thing because otherwise it's not gonna remember it, and then I'll forget it, and then it'll be a whole thing. So Declan spent most of his childhood watching his younger brothers and sisters. And so as a result, he was kind of always like an outsider anyways. But before his younger siblings started school, he basically had to go straight home to babysit. And he would frequently get, well, let's Declan's walking home. You know, he's got his backpack on and everything like that, and he's got to get home, very, very promptly. His parents are very serious about it. when a couple of the slightly bigger boys from class, and he's probably, I'd say, probably third grade at this point. You know, the bigger boys from class kind of are heading in the same direction as he is, and a couple of times every week they get it in their heads that they're gonna, you know, entertain themselves on the way home by harassing him and kind of bullying him and stuff like that. And there's one instance in particular, the one in question, where they basically, like, they've got slightly longer strides than he does, so they catch up to him fairly quickly, even though none of them are running, and he can feel them like right behind him, like kind of getting closer, kind of reaching out and, like, you know, like flicking the back of his hair and stuff like that without really grabbing him, and just kind of like that same sense of like looming, like like animosity and looming threat. And so, like, you know, the hair on the back of his neck kind of stands up, and he gets that queasy feeling in his stomach as he senses this presence behind him. And just like he did when he was a kid, sort of without thinking about it, just bursts into motion and, like, in this case, like, jumps over the table, probably knocking some of the stuff askew, in order to get away from the pig.
Wonderful. So we rewind. Uh, Jody does not breathe on your neck. Uh, you do still reveal the little bit about Jody the Ravenous Sugar Pig in the rules, and the delivery guy is like, "Yeah, what's the address?"
But like I'm there's probably like a crash through the phone, and I'm like laying on the other side of the table, and the room is of course empty. Escondido's. We're on Escondido Street. Like he's gonna kind of like.
It's 18 Escondido.
Thank you. Yeah, 18 Escondido Street.
There's a pause from the other head of the phone. Is it okay if you meet me outside?
You know what? That is more than okay, man.
Great,
I'll
great.
wait. I'll wait for you there.
Cool. It'll be like 30 minutes.
Just 30 minutes or less.
Okay.
30 minutes or less.
Uh,
Here is your.
Before we finish hanging up, Declan is already heading out to the front porch.
Sure. I will say the complication here is you hang up the phone and get ready to go outside, and you hear from the basement stomp on one step. And then you look at the Candyland board and see that there is a new mini on the table. If you remember Bebop from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, imagine if Bebop was in Dark Souls. So it is a pig-faced entity with a cloak made of burnt sugar and clear chains draping off of it. Jody the Ravenous Sugar Pig has entered play, and I'd like you to take the condition stalked by Jody, please.
Oh, come on. So many conditions. Okay. Is that Jodie?
Jodie.
Got to make sure I get Jody's name right here.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to make her angry.
No. Okay.
To make her angry, she'll go hog wild.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, now we'll cut over to Kato. Kato. You hear basically all of this transpiring while you're setting up the mirrors, but you're busy. You've got to get into spectator mode. And you set up the mirrors exactly as they were, and you step into spectator mode. And so you're inside spectator mode when Declan, whether it's Declan's fault or not, will leave questionable. But you're in spectator mode. You see Elliot and Abigail are very close to each other on the board and are talking about like the best strategy to move forward. You see the parents are no longer in sight. But while you're in there, you notice this shadowy shape start to form, and Aaron does not remember any of the Candyland areas, but pick one. One of the Candyland areas,
Great
a form
Rock
starts
Candy
to...
Mountain.
Great Rock Candy Mountain, love it. A a darkening shadow starts to coalesce above the mountain and descend slowly. And you see the entity itself, or at least a version of it. And text in this lovely font, which is familiar to anyone who's touched any of the Soulsborne games. When you're about to fight a boss, Jody the Ravenous Sugar Pig appears on the screen in front of you.
Oh shit.
What's Kato afraid's going to happen in this moment?
Well, that like, well, the kids are gonna get fucking flattened by the boss before she can have a time to like really give him any advice on it.
Ooh, how is it worse than that? I think it's worse than that in that they're not just going to be destroyed by the boss, they're going to become its minions and turn on you.
Ooh.
Let's have you roll the night move with. I think
There's no other.
composure.
Are you sure? This feels
Okay.
very much like sensitivity to
Yeah,
me.
you are inside a fake board game sensitivity. But you said you were trying to keep it together a little bit, so I was like, composure could be. But yeah, you're right. This is wooge. This is full wooge mode. Sensitivity, it is. Let me check your condition. You do have the next victim.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will put you at disadvantage.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was expected.
Roll20 is fucking all of us tonight.
I have a -1 in sensitivity, and I was rolling at disadvantage. There's no other way this could have happened.
So the ravenous pig descends, turns to Abigail and Elliot, and his chains shoot out. Its clear candy chains shoot out and pierce them through the gut and drag them to it, and then envelops them in its burnt candy cloak. And then it opens it, and there's Elliot transformed and Abigail transformed. They now have basically like rock candy protruding from various parts of their body, and are looking at you, fully ready to murder Kato. It seems like spectator mode might not protect you from them anymore. Would you like to turn the key?
Ah. I'm gonna turn the key of the cave dweller since we're gonna be resolving this mystery.
Wonderful.
Each latchkey narrates a flashback to a fun activity they used to do with their family while at home.
If we want to do that now, that's fine, but I think it's probably better to save it till we wrap the actual mystery.
Yeah. That was what I was
Great.
thinking too.
Excellent. All right, so we rewind. The ravenous pig still descends. It does still throw out one of its chains and grazes at Abigail across the side. So the complication will be that Abigail is now on a timeline, whether that's her death or being corrupted by this ravenous pig. You're not 100% sure. Elliot is still fine, though.
Neat. Yeah, I think that the first thing that she does is like she's gonna try and like path them to like a safe spot, like basically just stealth game this.
Okay.
And I think that the way that she does that is like she kind of just she concentrates, and these just really like comically sized Reese's pieces appear where the in a trail where she wants them to go.
Okay. I don't want to make you roll 2 night moves back to back, so I'm not going to.
I mean, you could though.
I could, but I think I'm going to call this a day move because it's not super dangerous right now. Just because you're just trying to like lure them away. You're not confronting the pig itself. Like, so I'm going to be nice.
Trying
I'm
to
gonna be-
lure
I'm-
them away from the giant murderous evil sugar pig.
Yeah, you feel like
But it's not that
It's-
dangerous.
it's not that much. If you want to roll, if you're trying to talk me into the night move, you can roll the fucking night move. I'm trying to be nice.
I'm gonna.
All right.
I'm gonna make you say the line.
All right. Please roll the night move with Sensitivity. No, actually, I feel like this might be presence because you're interacting
Yeah,
with them.
this one that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it presence. What are you afraid is gonna happen? You fail.
Well, that they'll think it's a trick.
It's worse than that. The fact that Abigail thinks the trick is going to hasten her corruption, and she will turn on you immediately.
Oh
I will not. Next victim won't apply here. You're not dealing with the pig directly. What else do you have?
no! Frantic and marked by Benjamin.
No, I think you're good. Go ahead and roll normally.
Woo!
Oh,
Oh, roll 20
you
comes
tell me how this
through.
goes down.
Yeah, I think that they see the Reese's Pieces begin to appear as this smog of caramelized sugar is rolling down the mountains and sort of chasing after them. We see Elliot grab Abigail by the hand. She's coughing and kind of wheezing a little bit, and they jump from candy piece to candy piece to candy piece until they get to a sort of crude representation of a forest. And you can see at the end of this hidden section of the board is that really like poorly made hand like cardboard tunnel that we saw in the Happy Jack
Okay.
movie or tape.
I will say,
I don't think they get to it yet, but
yeah.
that's what they're like obviously like the goal is now.
yeah.
For that.
So on the 12 plus, I will say the added benefit here is that you have guided them to the exit. So when whoever makes the night move to lure Elliot out of here will do so at advantage. Feels weird to give a layup to anyone who rolls for an advantage, but I think it's appropriate. All right, so we're gonna cut from there back to Isabeau. What's Isabeau's role in all this now for part 2? Are you just hanging with Casey, or
Yeah, so Isabeau retreated to the bathroom to try and
yes,
treat her injuries as best she could. They just singed off, so yeah, in second thought she like gets out her eyebrow pencil and she's like, no, this is fresh, so probably like puts like a little like Neosporin or Bactine on and like does some band-aids. The band-aids look dumb, but not as dumb as not having eyebrows. And she tries to like shape them. And so she probably spends a little bit too much time here. Sort of like, okay, if I go out there, they're gonna laugh at me, and I really don't want that. And just, oh, fuck it, they'll grow back. Shit. And so she's in kind of a good mood because she did get to have that like moment of reverie of remembering that positive childhood memory, but then she lost her eyebrows, so emotionally she's a little all over the place right now.
he's fair.
And so yeah, probably also takes some time in the bathroom to sort of collect herself and like, okay, you know what, this is fine. You know, either they care or they don't, and if they care in the wrong way, then fuck them. I'll buy their house too. And then would walk out into the living room. Into chaos. Like, it's totally that, community gif of Danny Glover walking in with the pizza box with chaos unfolding.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. I knew I got it wrong.
He's not too old for this shit.
Childish Gambino.
Indeed.
I should have said that.
Chef's kiss.
The real Miles
Um,
Morales.
I am so mad that they cut out the scene that establishes that in the MCU. So mad. Anyway, continuing.
So,
MCU does not
I-
exist now.
I believe in that scene you narrated something that Isabeau is afraid of, so that fully calls for the night move, I believe.
Okay. What should I use to roll?
I think because it's appearance related that your fear is. I think we have to call it presence.
Does the
That's a
drawn
miss.
eyebrows?
I was gonna say roll at disadvantage, but it does not matter. It's already a failure.
Wow.
It's a 3.
Well, what were you afraid of
I
happening?
don't know that I could be more
Yeah.
disadvantaged.
Yes.
Like-
what were
like
you? What
one
were you
more
afraid
point.
was going to happen? Also.
Yeah, to walk out into the room and to have people comment on her eyebrows and make fun of, oh, you can't work a grill? What's wrong with you?
So, it's worse than that. Casey is going to record a shitty quality video on his phone and post it to whatever video site he can in this moment. Which is, you walk into the living room, Casey's like, holy shit! Phone flips open and immediately starts recording and narrating well, I'll say it's a subpar job because of this miss. So, if you keep this role, you will be, at least in Deep Lake, famous for your terrible eyebrow job. I will advance your condition to eyebrow notoriety is what will happen, I think.
Okay,
Because that is just hilarious to me.
The eyebrow criminal.
I will, to avoid that, I can turn a key, right?
You absolutely can, always.
Alright. I will unlock the Fathomless Well.
I see. All right, so you immediately reduce your reason by 1 and increase your sensitivity by 1.
Okay, that makes my reason 0 and my sensitivity 0.
So instead, what happens is Casey looks up and he's like, "Oh, I'm not an expert, but
This
you know
is
what?
a
Nope.
this is a problem for tomorrow me to solve.
Yep. Nope. No worries. Yep. Like has phone in hand, but does nothing with it.
That's right, motherfucker.
I feel like just having shitty eyebrows in this moment, in this space, is the complication. So that's what it will be.
Sounds good.
All right. Declan,
Yes.
so I will just say we'll gloss over the delivery man. You will get the pizza with no issue and bring it indoors.
Hooray.
What is your piece of this? Are you going to lure Elliot now? Kato is current. I'll ask you both because I think this next piece is a two-prong moment. One of you needs to lure Elliot and Abigail, and one of you needs to deal with the ravenous sugar pig. So I will, between the two of you, I will let you decide how you want to handle that.
I think it makes most sense personally based on like what Declan's character has been about thus far and like the supernatural aspects of it that he would fight Jody. I think that makes the most sense.
Also,
Hey,
with the
thanks.
conditions, also with the conditions stalked by Jody,
Yeah.
she has a target in mind.
Gee, thanks. Yeah, I think you're. I think
You don't
you're- I
have
think
to.
you're-
You can pitch me a different
it's
idea.
fine. No, you're right.
Look, I just let the dice tell me what happens and I roll with it. Wink.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So,
All right, so
it like is Jody in the house then currently chasing Kato? Or Kato?
So, Kato actually just saw her descend in the weird
Okay.
spectator mode of Candyborn, and I believe is outside now. The turn of the key spared Kato from leaving spectator mode and being stuck in the game with Elliot and Abigail corrupted.
Okay.
Um, so I believe Kato is outside now, depending on what Kato is going to do.
But I
And
heard Jody in the
you
basement.
fully heard Jody and the snorting in from the basement coming upstairs. So you do know that Jody is in play, literally, in both universes. Well, maybe you don't know about the other universe yet, but at least as far as you're aware, she's in the house.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. Jody is the ravenous sugar pig and currently is stalking me. I have
Correct.
a couple of pizzas and some breadsticks and stuff like that.
You do.
I would like to take the Code Red Mountain Dew and the cheese pizza. I want to like pop open the Code Red Mountain Dew and basically like pour it out behind me to try to lure Jody, and I'm presuming that sugar and food will lure her. And I want to lure her into the grill in the backyard, and have it
see.
explode and shatter her into a billion pieces.
All right. Kato, I believe your role will be to lure Elliot and Abigail.
Yep.
Okay.
So I think what this looks like is like as Declan is like luring Jody out of the basement. I think that as soon as Jody's back is turned toward the door, Kato rushes in toward the basement because that I think that maybe this basement is perhaps also where Happy Jack was filmed because like I mean Abigail was Lucy, makes sense.
Makes sense.
So the basement would to their house would logically have that tunnel that we saw. So Kato's going to go down there and start like crawling into the tunnel, calling out for Elliot and Abigail, and like tossing Reese's pieces down the tunnel so that then they can sort of not necessarily be led by the pieces, but rather see like, oh, this is whoever or whatever was helping us in the game.
Okay. So it's gonna be night moves for both of you. I'm sure you're shocked.
Really shocked.
Declan, I'm going to call, because you're dealing with a supernatural entity, I think this has to be sensitivity for you. I would hear an argument for vitality if you prefer that.
No, they're both zeros, so sensitivity makes sense.
Okay, sensitivity. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
I'm afraid that what will happen if I fail is that... How ridiculous should I be going here?
So I will say, like, it is. I have seen it happen in the other game stuff is where sometimes you'll say something so buck wild, the keeper will be like, "I'm not sure how it's worse than that." You can go too hard, and that's okay.
What I am afraid of happening is that Jody will catch Declan and gore him to death on her candy cane tusks, but that the propane bank tank will still go off, will set Jody aflame and send her hurtling through the window of the second floor to where Isabeau and Casey are, and will basically be setting the house on fire, and they'll be chased by this ravenous sugar pig.
Oh, wow. I think the only way I can make it worse than that is that being gored by Jody won't mean an end to Declan. Declan will become one of Jody's minions. And since you won't have resolved the mystery properly, you will be part of her agenda to lure people to the house to be brought into the board game to play her fucked up Candyborn game.
Okay.
So let's get that sensitivity roll. You are stalked by Jody. I'm sorry, Declan. So you will be at disadvantage.
Didn't you say that Catherine's
There is
previous roll
there is a
gave
floating advantage.
and I have to
You
choose
could
that ahead of
also
time, right?
You can
don't
also mark
forget about your
No,
corner of the
I-
house items as well.
I know they don't really apply here because this is a very sudden thing, but maybe we'll.
Yeah. If you want, if you like, I mean, your choice is to negate the disadvantage now and then roll, or roll with disadvantage and then turn a key if it goes bad. Or
Okay, and
yeah,
I
so
can't use the floating advantage and then something from my corner house to roll with advantage.
no,
Advantage does not stack.
no. So you can
You know,
negate the disadvantage. That is the best you can do.
I haven't turned a lot of keys. I think I've actually only
Okay.
turned one. So I
All right.
think I'm going to. Where is my character? There it is. I think I'm going to go ahead and I've used 2 items from my corner house. I'm going to go ahead and use another one. I am going to use my signed.
We got to make the
photo-
roll first.
Well,
no, I think
I
for
think he's
using
gonna
it
mark
for-
it
Oh,
out.
you're
gives you
corner. I thought
advantage,
you.
so-
All right. I thought you were
Yeah.
marking a key already. I
Nope.
was like, oh,
Nope.
just skip the roll.
Um, so I've got my signed pictures of Seagal and Van Damme in
For
in my
sure, you
corner
might
of the
keep them
house.
on your personnel times. They're precious.
No, don't keep them on my personal
I'm
time.
just
But they're
kidding.
definitely they're definitely going to serve as inspiration for the ridiculous, over the top, very improbable action movie explosion that I'm going for. So I think I'm going to use that to cancel out the disadvantage.
All right, please roll night move
Night
with
move with
sensitivity.
sensitivity.
Normally,
Come on, one of these days I have to get a legitimately decent roll.
for the record, you don't have you can turn a key on any roll if
I know.
just so
I'm
you
trying
know.
to decide if I want to do that.
I will narrate what
yeah,
happens
please,
here.
Please do.
So, Jody will be sated momentarily and distracted by your pizza, and will be lured out to the grill. The explosion, however, will not finish her off, and Jody will remain in existence, but dormant for the moment. Wink. That will be the complication. Jody will remain a persistent threat in the game.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that.
I think that would be fun. I think that would be kind of cool to have
That'd be
this.
fun.
It would be very convenient. Like every time we fuck up a roll, the ominous oinking continues until we figure out a way to finish them off.
Oh, I
completely.
know what she'll be used for, and I'm pretty sure Steph knows what I'll use her for.
How's about some sausages? Yeah.
It's up to you though. It is your key to turn. It is your role.
I mean, even if I turn a key, there's still
It'll be a 10
complication, right?
No, it'll be a 10 plus. That'll be a total success. You tell me what happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I would like to do. I'm going to do the sandstone arch key.
All right. Make sure you check. I mean, I'll know you've marked the sandstars, but check the have you received a signal from their side question permanently because you
Okay.
unlocked it. All right, we rewind. Declan, tell me how this all goes down.
So, Jody is chasing Declan, kind of following very tightly to the trail of Code Red Mountain Dew, and Declan is going to kind of turn around right as he gets up alongside the grill, and is going to basically throw the pizza. It's kind of very cartoon style, hits her in the face, kind of drapes, blinds her for a second, and at that point, Declan is going to crank the propane thing up all the way, click the thing to light it, and throw it. It goes off. It doesn't explode as much as he was hoping, but there is a gout of fire that sort of engulfs Jody, and there is a great deal of thrashing and the squealing and shrieking of a rabid sugar pig as it melts into a puddle,
There you
this very viscous, very saccharine, um, like very macabre lawn ornament that never seems to really dissolve, no matter how much it rains or how much water is like poured
Excellent.
over it. Um, and yeah, I think that's the end of Jody.
Love it. Kato, you ready to describe what you're doing? I'll just say you're in the living room with, or sorry, you've run to the basement. Um, you can sense that the menace in the house has lessened somehow. Um, so now I'm going to ask you to make the night move, and I think this is presence because you are trying to lure them out. I will say you are frantic though, so I think this will be with disadvantage. I think
Set to normal for the floating one. Haha, ho ho, hee hee.
Yes, please roll night move with presence, please. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
Well, that the tunnel just isn't even there.
I think it's worse than that in that there is a tunnel there, but it's not the one they're at. So you'll bring something else out from the Candyborn world.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
All right. So you've laid down the Reese's pieces. You're beckoning to what you think is Elliot and Abigail.
Drea redeemed a benevolence for us.
I would love for that to matter. But you can't double up on advantage. Kata already had it to negate the disadvantage I put her at. And there's
Betty...
malevolence.
Thanks, Betty.
If Ahmad just wants to refund those, we're at the end literally, and there's not going to be another roll after this because I imagine Kato's either going to take this awfulness or turn a key. So, or you know what? I'll be nice. I'll remember and just roll them over to next week unless they've been refunded already. Anyways, so you're beckoning and calling. You see a shape start to come through, and you realize almost immediately this is not the shape of a human. There's too many things hanging off of it as they sort of wrap around and wiggle and slap into the sides of the tunnel as they start crawling towards you. And you see this sort of horrific squid dog, but if tentacles were licorice. The licorice beastie is approaching rapidly.
Yeah,
Would you like to turn a key?
licorice Fatan?
Yeah, licorice Fatagan.
If I turn a key, can that dog still show up just behind Abigail and Elliot?
I think that will be the complication. Yes, there will be. There
I
will be a
fucked up
different
licorice
candy
dog.
Yeah, there is a fucked up licorice dog that exists now.
Woo.
Which key are you turning?
Key of the Child. Flashback showing how you are an outsider among your school peers.
All right, so we're gonna save that for the end, and I'll just narrate this. So you're beckoning, and you see Abigail and Elliot rushing towards you, frantic. Their faces are pale. They've been in here a long fucking time. And you hear the slapping noise of the licorice dog pursuing them. It seems it's not happy. Its master, the ravenous pig, was killed. And they basically get ejected from this candy-shaped orifice, crashing into Yukato. And then you see the dog almost reach the hole, and then it seals. But you kind of know in your gut that the dog is not gone for good. I won't inflict a condition on you. We'll just have the fact that licorice dog is in play. Otherwise, it'd make you turn another key, I think. I think you're at 3 right now.
Yep.
And I will not do that. That is rude.
Everyone's at 3.
Yes, I know. That is why we have day moves, everyone. I believe there's going to be lots of nostalgia moves next week. So, yeah, Abigail and Elliot are in this world. Kato, you bring them upstairs. you all reconvene in the living room. If you want to have a quick scene, let's do that, and then we'll do keys, and then sign off.
I think that as soon as Kato like brings them up from the basement, she just shouts, "I fucking told you so." Kato 1, weird fucked up town 0.
I think Casey comes down with. I assume Izuho and Casey come downstairs and like sees Elliot, who is still 10 years old, by the way. They have not aged while stuck in Candyborn. Casey kind of like drops whatever beverage he's holding and it shatters on the ground. Holy shit, they're here.
Yup.
Who's
Is this
the
real?
kid?
It's not
That's
a kid.
that's
It's not
Elliot.
a kid.
Elliot just kind of waves. Hey,
Well, Elliot, that's Casey. He's like grown now.
whoa, you got old.
Declan is going to come back. He's going to come into the room with having retrieved the pepperoni pizza and the breadsticks that he specifically left aside, and is just going to he's just going to slump onto the couch and just like he's going to drop the pizza on top of the board game, and like flick the box open and take a slice. And he's just going to sit there and he's just going to chew. he's zoned out.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm so hungry.
Oh, me too. I've only been eating candy. You'd think you'd never get tired of candy, but it's all you had to eat. Abigail just has this haunted look, like can't believe that Elliot's this chill after coming out of hell, Candyborn hell, and just like sits quietly on the couch and like just kind of in that lovely dissociative state that is familiar to some of us in this chat. But Elliot like immediately just helps himself, no fucking problem. Breadstick in one hand, pizza in the other. That was really cool. What's your name? Looking at Kato.
Oh, I'm Kato.
You're really cool, Kato.
I know.
Hey, mister, thanks for the pizza. To Declan.
Isabeau is just looking with just shocked look on her face, like, should we call anyone?
Pizza
Kato is
first.
just staring so smugly at Isabeau. The most shit-eatingest of grins.
Should we call CPS or?
Pizza first.
I agree with Declan. And also, I really don't think CPS would be a good call. These kids have been through enough. They don't need to be put through the system to boot. I'll take care of them.
Where are your parents?
Dude, don't.
Elliot kind of
That's
face
not
falls.
a question.
You see Abigail's like pupils dilate and undilate, and that's where we're actually gonna call our night phase. In that real fucked up end. So we have some keys to resolve real quick. Let's do that. So the house on Escondido Street key was marked. So each latchkey narrates a flashback to a fun activity they used to do with their family while at home. We will have
Just-
Jane do this next week as well, by the way.
I feel like I've sort of set that up for Isabeau already. The fun things that her family did, they were few and far between, but whenever they got to use the communal barbecue grill for a cookout, that was always really fun, and those are the happy memories that she has.
So I haven't written Key of the Cave Dweller out yet, but I do have the other one ready. Could
Sure, go
I
ahead.
do the
Save
Cave
it for
Dweller
next.
next
I mean,
week?
we're gonna have. I'm gonna have Jane do theirs next week too. So if you want to save yours, that's fine.
Hell yeah.
and do the other key your turn.
Yeah. So this is a flashback showing how you were an outsider among your school peers. We see a teenaged Kato leaning on the walls alone behind the school with her Walkman, listening to whatever it is that her mom could find at the thrift store that week. This week it's Johnny Cash. She taps her heels against the wall to the beat of the Ring of Fire, hums along to the smooth voice of Cash. Jed Holmes, middle school quarterback of the football team, walks up to Kato, his friends peering from behind the walls, snickering and elbowing one another to keep quiet. He has greaseback hair and a leather Mandela Dragons team jacket, as well as a plain white tee and denim jeans. "Hey, Kato," he says, grinning sheepishly. Kato doesn't notice his approach over the sound of the music and doesn't respond. Well, I just wanted to come over and see if you maybe wanted to go to the Lotta Burger with me after school and get a milkshake." Kato, still oblivious to the boy talking to her, doesn't even look at him. Jed's face is quickly flushed with red, and he quickly puts his hands in his jacket pockets and starts walking away back to his friends, dejected and embarrassed. He stumbles over a pothole, which catches Kato's attention, and she chuckles at his misstep. Jed's friends all start ruthlessly teasing him. "You're supposed to be the most popular guy in school, but that loser just ignored you and laughed about it. Holy shit."
Wonderful. Declan.
So this is specifically for the.
This is the cave of the key. The key of the cave.
Perfect.
Sorry, the key of the cave dweller. So yeah, each slash key narrates a flashback to a fun activity they used to do with their family while at home.
So when he was still pretty young, before it became sort of this like parentification thing, Declan actually loved watching his little brothers and sister. And so one of the things that was he considered a fun activity was when his parents would basically be like, "Okay, you're in charge," and he would sit all the kids down, play a board game with them, watch a movie with them, and just generally kind of spend time with them. But that was fairly early on. So I think in this particular case, it's the flashback is going to be to that when it was still kind of fun and exciting to be, the big brother, to be the one in charge, before it became just constant. So yeah,
Okay.
for him it was babysitting.
Wonderful. Love it. Wholesome. And I think that's where we'll end our session tonight. I will give rewards for resolving our first mystery when Jane is here next week, presumably. Oh, not next week. There'll be no game next week. We have important real life stuff to do. So 2 weeks from now, we will do rewards for the mystery. We will start at the dawn phase as per usual. I don't intend it to be this way. We love to choose scenery together, I guess. So, let's just do a quick round of who you are again, where we can find you, what's coming up, and also stars and wishes, if you could.
Okay. Hi everybody, Ben Ravensdale. I've been playing Declan. You can find me here a couple times a week, Thursday nights obviously. You can also find me here most Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern for a Dragon Age game that Rachel runs, although not next week because, again, important real life stuff. You can also find me on a YouTube channel called The Transverse, where I run a superhero RPG. I GM a superhero RPG series called Vigilantes Union Local 15. And then starting in September, I'll be in a Mutants and Masterminds game as well that'll be recorded on YouTube. More information on that. You can also look for my board game, upcoming, soon-to-be released board game, Villains and Henchmen. Just Google Ravensdale Publishing, you'll find it. But yeah, thanks very much for being here. Stars and Wishes, I think it was good. I really enjoyed the game. It's kind of a cop-out to say that every week, but I really do enjoy the collaborative kind of improv nature of it. It's a lot of fun. It's a good group. I don't really have any wishes other than longer sessions, more sessions. That's about it. So
I appreciate
all.
that. That's always a compliment to me, and I always appreciate it.
Hello. I'm Rachel. I'm Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere. You will not see me a whole lot. I will be here tomorrow for Blade Runner, and then after that, I'm taking at least a week off because I'm getting married. Oh my god. Yay, hooray. I need to finish my wedding dress.
I'm sorry, you haven't finished your fucking wedding vows yet?
Dress.
Oh, dress. I heard
haven't even
vows.
started the vows.
Okay, sorry, continue.
I'm a writer, it's fine. Anyway, yes. So yeah, you will see me tomorrow for Blade Runner, and then after that, my life will be chaos and wedding bells and cake. Um, but yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky. I'm Stolen Fires there, everywhere. As far as my stars and wishes, Ben, I really liked how you called Isabeau out on her shit at the very start of game. That was a lot of fun, and I'm certainly not opposed to that sort of roleplay coming from anybody else, because Steph did that as well. That was fun for me because like that sort of helps me push my character along on the arc that I want her to go on. Um, and wishes is just, yeah, let's ride this roller coaster into hell.
Wonderful.
I'm Steph. Once again, she, her. You can find me on pretty much any social media under the username Steph Infection, either with an underscore or a dash or just one word. I'm most active on Discord specifically. I'm very active in the Gauntlet Discord. You can find me there. I'm also in the Stolen Fires Discord, so you can find me there as well if you want to talk. I'm currently working on a couple different projects, two of which are Carved from Brindlewood games. One is an SCP inspired game, and the other one is based on the old RPG Rifts. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked about both of those. I'm getting pretty close to having enough playtest material done for Site 42 that I could potentially run some games on here or in other places. So I'm excited about that. As far as stars and wishes go, Aaron, I loved all of the side characters. You did a great job playing the shittiest man in the entire known universe. Good job doing that. I probably would have been gagging the entire time personally, so good on you. Rachel, I love Isabeau. She's, and I mean this affectionately, bad. She's bad and awful, and I love her.
Thank you. I like playing flawed characters.
It's great. You do an incredible job at it. I'm very excited to see her growth arc, and I don't know. It feels very like I don't know. I'm just excited about it.
Thank you.
For Ben, I loved all of the Declan and Kato interactions this session. I think that it like really started to show that specifically they're starting to warm up to each other at least a little bit, which I think is very fun, and it's also good setup for potentially nostalgia moves for the next session. So I'm excited about that. As far as wishes go, I'm excited about the nostalgia moves that are certainly coming up, and I am also incredibly stoked to see what the next mystery is going to be. Pick rewards and get some XP and stuff. I believe I'll be leveling up next time or after Dawn questions. So
Ooh, our first advance.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm just super excited.
That just leaves me. Hello, I've been your keeper, Aaron. My pronouns are she, they, they. Oh, there's so much good shit tonight. I loved all the nostalgia, like just moments we had. Rachel, God, you know the characters I play. You've run enough for me, so I live for these disaster characters. Isabeau's so great. I'm so happy. I'm very interested to see the RP that's gonna come out of. You've marked the fathomless well, and it's like, oh shit, freaky shit's real. Is that key? And so I'm really excited to see how that's gonna tweak Isabeau's awfulness. I guess is the way to put it. Then Declan is the interrogation of Benjamin was and like also that fucking shame you put on yourself was hilarious. But like the bad cop worst cop energy was great. I also loved that you were the one to deal with. You had to deal with Jody. I loved your resolution of Jody. I thought it was really great to melt sugar with fire. Um, Wonderful. Steph, Kato, great as always. Um, love that I love that when I've imposed consequences on you, you're sometimes like, fuck it, let's go. We ballin'. Especially when you're like, hey, I'm gonna make this dude gross. I'm gonna make you RP a gross dude right now, Aaron. With how what's when I like, yeah, I hated playing that character, but I also kind of secretly love playing awful characters. So it was fun to make that NPC, even though it was a person I would run over with my own car in real life. Um, yeah, I think that's good for and I for Jane who's absent. I wish you're gonna be here next week or 2 weeks from now. Sorry, I keep saying next week. 2 weeks, everyone. Um, yeah, I think that's it for us. Thanks to our lovely viewers. Thanks to my lovely players. Awesome session. I had so much fun. I'm glad we resolved the first mystery. It's gonna be so much fun next week or 2 weeks from now. Yes, Aaron, 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now. So we will see you all 2 weeks from now after Rachel has gotten married for more public access shenanigans. Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.